So there's 3 guys in a mud pit.
3
coconuts.
Oh no! Stop. And he throws one coconut over his head as high as he can.
Mm-hmm.
He says, "Wait, where's that coconut?"
Nobody knows.
Parrot caught it.
Damn right.
Oh.
Bear got it.
I'm gonna do my audio checks. Hey, whoa! What if I get loud? Too hot. Maddie, too baddie.
It's a gif of Sasha Banks showing how she sells really good.
Sasha Banks, sir.
What did I say? Sasha?
How does she sell?
Like really well, apparently.
Depends on the move.
Unless it's the Women's
Well,
Royal
so
Rumble, in
they're
which
showing
case
her
she
pretty good.
doesn't. What are they? Let me see.
That's not really
That one's
selling
really
well.
good.
That's
Like-
a big person trying to hurt her.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
not a whole lot of ways to sell those wrong. When
Yeah,
they
I guess
fucking
not. Like you're
bury you through a table.
Stand back
That
up
was just
immediately.
a fuck up. Too.
Yeah.
That was just she needs to stop doing those. I like Ember Moon. Ember Moon, I read an article today on WWE.com, is a big fan and active player of D&D.
I've heard that. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like everybody under the age of 30 and over the age of 30. Fucking Colin Mockery from Whose Line Is It Anyways? And Mark Meer. Mark Meer is DMing something at
This week.
Today.
They
tonight.
have they have it at the Improv Festival
Yeah.
this week. Really?
We should go.
What are they doing?
I don't know. Who
Where?
cares?
Tonight?
It's apparently it's all weekend.
Oh, I was going to say, if it's
according
tonight
to-
you can't go.
According to Oliver, cancel the show. I'm a big fan of Colin Mockery. Huge fan.
There's a Ryan Styles guy growing up.
Yours is smaller.
I think he's here too. No.
By what? My mic?
The stand. That's a different stand, isn't it?
Oh, can
That
I have
is
the
a-
little one?
that
I
is a
have
different
I have
stand,
more
yeah.
of a lean
I was
going
gonna say, I
on.
feel like if anyone should be
Can I
using
have the
one.
little
You
one?
can if you want, yeah.
Okay, hang on.
I thought that went away.
Okay, yeah, you're good. Just unplug and yeah, you guys are good. Hey everyone, yeah, look at our new camera shots. Isn't this awesome?
Hey, brother.
Doesn't this look like not a fucking 7-Eleven anymore?
Speaking of 7-Eleven, there's some guy getting fucking arrested by that 7-Eleven.
In a, like a blue and white shitty
Yep.
truck.
Fucking
shoulda-
3 cop cars. One of them was a truck.
Oh fuck!
Yeah, they weren't fucking around.
You should have seen if that was your boy from last week. Hey, were you driving about the West End? They let you out already?
I cranked up Tragically Hip as I drove by, though.
Yeah,
Bring a little peace to that situation.
yeah. I also listen to
It's
Tragically
too
Hip on the way
big
here.
now.
Do you listen to Tragically Hip on the way here every day? I feel like
Usually, yep.
Yeah, all right, that's great.
Almost always.
No
You
take
and me.
backsies.
Nope, that's
Is that dude? That should be almost perfect for you. It makes you sit up straight,
yeah, I know.
Good
which
posture. Yeah.
it is. I gotta worry a lot about my posture these days.
Yeah, you're at a desk 100% of the time.
Hey, listen to me. This is how I talk sometimes. Hey, listen to me. This is how I look in a tree.
Good.
Nailed it. Who needs to spit their gum out? I think it's Oliver.
Gum on the mic, hey?
Yeah.
You had
Or
fucking mic technique.
You had,
though.
you had,
classically trained like you guys.
You 6-year-old.
I do introduce myself as a classically trained.
Jill does that. And I'm like, how are you still...
Is she in on the bit at least?
No.
She for real thinks she's classically
Yep.
trained. She's.
Is
I'm
that
not-
not
I'm not here-
classically
I'm not
trained
here
what
to,
you guys are doing? Or what you
besmirch
guys have done?
anyone's-
What's everyone's opinion on what makes you classically trained? How old does your teacher have to be?
Did he put his hand physically on your diaphragm when teaching you to
Yes.
breathe? If yes, you are classically trained.
Is there inappropriate
Okay.
touching of some sort?
So he was classically trained for the girls in our class.
Yeah. Well, that's probably how Jill got her classic training.
There you go. Tomorrow. Let
Your bottom.
taller.
At
Tomorrow. I feel like it's as loud as I get. Good.
Oliver, can I get a little Oliver, please?
Oliver.
You should put your headphones. Can you,
Oh,
can you just pretend? Now that the cameras are on, can we
Just for show.
We can make
It's just for
believe.
show. You can unplug them.
Can you unplug that and then let's
Yeah.
unweave that?
Pop them off because it's gonna crack.
It's okay. I'm not that sensitive. I'm not classically trained.
Sometimes it's bad. You only got one set of ears, Oliver. Take care of them. Take square of them.
That's all you
Under
Fellas,
over.
that's the
Sorry.
exact same thing you
Sorry,
had done
fellas.
there.
Yeah.
Fucking A, Zach. These camera placements are too sweet. Thank you. This is all Brando.
Oh, you had the initiative.
That's right. I'm the man with the ideas. Brando's the man with the classic training.
I just watched what you were doing while I ate my soup and then got up and did it.
need. Soup.
It's true. It's true. All right, we're pretty much ready to start whenever. We'll warm it up a little bit.
It was almost off fucking weekends, boys.
Yeah, one day, I'm telling you.
I could
one
see
day.
it. A fucking guy left, or is leaving, potentially.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's it.
And
I'm off weekends.
That's the weekly guy?
And then it sounded like that's one of the people ahead of me that would allow me to move up into a week, every 5-day week spot, Monday to Friday. And then they're just like, no, we're rechanging the way we do everything.
Oh.
Bottom 2 on the totem pole or weekend, guys, now. Instead of bottom 1. You know how that makes me feel?
How does that make you feel?
Not good.
Oh, yeah. You should tell him.
I did.
You should tell him.
Hey, guys, this makes me feel not good. I
feel like I should quit.
Don't.
Take me off weekends or I quit.
Oh, you can do that.
Don't do that.
No, I shouldn't do that. Pay me more.
Yeah, that'll work. That always works.
Yeah. Pay me more or I quit. They would laugh in my face. They know there's no other jobs.
I totally. If everyone wants to have chat up in front of them, as long as they're not being distracted by chat, say
I will
that's
be
all.
distracted. I do not.
That's all.
I want
That's
my
all good.
phone.
I'm having mine up. I'm keeping an eye on it because I've learned that chat will often fact check this show in real time and bring a little bit of what's the word?
Credibility?
Credibility.
Yeah.
Je ne sais quoi.
Yes, what the French call a certain.
What is
I
the
don't know
delay?
what. It's not very long.
No.
Here it might be long because we're all on
Is
this
it
Wi-Fi. But
different?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
from time to
Totally.
time?
Totally.
Because, yeah.
Couple seconds usually. We got it down to about 2 seconds.
Okay. Like when it's good?
Yeah.
Okay. Because, yeah, today when I was talking to you about, like, grabbing food, and you answered pretty quick, I was actually kind of shocked.
Yeah.
But
no,
then-
it was real snappy today.
When I'm driving and I'm, like, watching and I'm kind of, like, texting in, it takes a long time.
My phone has a very large delay usually.
Yeah, okay. That's neat.
Is this everything that happened anywhere?
Yeah, I think
There's no
so.
Oh, there it is.
I think so. I tried to pull every single piece of E3 business that happened.
Yeah, I like that you just put your opinions of all these games on our show notes.
These are the official Talking
These are the-
Reckless
okay, gotcha.
opinions. Yeah, that's as a brand, as a collective brand. That's our status.
Matt's views and opinions are the sole
Yeah,
opinion.
that's right.
How come there's no Spider-Man comment dope?
I am the law. I didn't want to write dope. Oh, did I write dope after everything Sony except for Spider-Man?
The first 2 Sony things.
Yeah, because I was trying to. I'm like, fuck. I know we were 4. What else?
Death Stranding was the weakest part of that shit.
Yeah, it's because we're too close to the truth.
No, it's
'cause
because
we're
it's
too close.
really the weakest part of that.
Kojima's just like, well, I gotta
Putting
throw
it
him
up,
off. I gotta
putting
throw
it
him
up
off the
against
trail.
those 3 games and those fucking trailers. Death Stranding was the weakest part of that
I'm
shit.
starting to get worried that is just not a good concept for a game.
He
Being a
carries
delivery man.
He carries some good boxes, good looking boxes that tip over and shit when he's all.
I like the part where he like activated the baby in a way that it almost felt like him like cocking his shotgun.
I thought he was
Where
gonna.
he's just like, let's do this.
I thought that's when he was gonna eat it. He's like, all right, I've got an idea, and this is gonna seem crazy.
I'm gonna put you in my belly,
I like
and then if I die, you're gonna fucking pop out my butthole.
They're clones. He's a clone. I like that you saw the baby's ass.
How do you know he's a clone?
I think they said. I don't know how I know he's a clone.
I've heard that, and
I
I feel
think-
like that's like just
They
talk on the
referenced
internet.
clones, I think,
Look
but
at
I don't know if they
this
said
guy.
that he was specifically a clone.
So what you're saying is clones in Death Stranding. Snake is a clone. Oh my
No.
god.
It's
Did you
not
guys,
happening.
did you guys hear
Not
like the
happening.
theory on how respawning works? You guys heard all that?
I have. Well, you die, and then like when you die, it like destroys the place and moves time forward or something.
And
Yeah,
the baby you're carrying
becomes
is the next character you play on the next
It
slate.
literally, I think it literally leaves a crater because in that trailer they're like, if you get eaten by one of those, sure you'll come back, but just a crater's left or something.
We said
And they show him
Yeah.
standing on a crater and the song standing on the edge of the crater.
But that's a Metal
that's
Gear
a Metal
song.
Gear song. That's from Metal Gear. That's the same game.
And I heard
Where does the baby get the new baby?
he probably I don't know. I don't know.
From the throat.
He probably gets
Gross.
one from what's her name, Ms. Ledoux.
Just Lidu.
That the new actress, the one with
I
like
don't
the
know,
spiky
the
shoulder armors.
Dukes,
Where I'm
yeah.
like, oh, I know who I
Oh,
recognize
the
her
boss.
from stuff.
Like
Not the
the,
boss. No,
no,
the boss
the
is
other
the
one?
blonde lady at the end.
Gotcha.
Well, it's not the blonde
Par-
lady at the end.
paramedic. We're talking paramedic.
Sigan.
No, it's not, you guys.
It is.
Watching those part 2 and 3 of that bullshit fucking series,
That hurt you too.
fucking bullshit.
I bet you if you hadn't done that, this
Yeah.
wouldn't have given you enough.
First part.
to call it off.
First part is
Should've
good. You
just
guys
stopped it.
stay at the first part. 2 and 3 is
Well, just
bullshit.
I mean, just knowing that you watched it and it ruined it means that
2 and
it's
3.
not
2
real.
and 3 is very bad. It's like
it sucks.
the stuff that Oliver. I watched like 5 minutes with Oliver, and it's like. Where it's like I'm looking at this random Twitter thing that
Art
is very
Twitter.
very mysterious. Yeah, no one knows who it is, or it's an AI or something that just posts like random art from all over the internet. And he's like, wasn't it like tears or something?
Yeah,
it's like,
tears in
this is a
picture.
picture. It's a picture of someone crying in the trailer. Norman Reedus is crying. It's all related, man. Like, and just
Shit.
kept doing jumps like that. And you're like, come on, man.
What are the odds of two people who cry?
Come on.
are in
And
the same universe.
there's a lot of eyeballs. Like, there were eyeballs in the hallway in PT, and this is a picture of an eye.
Illuminati.
But yeah, basically. Pardon me. All right. Folks in the chat, let us know. Let anyone.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. That's right. Let anyone new who stops by and says like, "Hey, what's going on?" Just let them know that we're doing this podcast. We'll. I mean, we're all watching, but
And tell them to go fuck themselves.
tell them yes. Capital F.
Right in the
Capital.
ace.
Do not post that on Twitter, though. You will get your Twitter banned permanently. That's a bad scene.
How come one of these seems clearer than the other one?
Because one of them is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, turn to chat only. Here's a pro tip. Chat only and save yourself some bandwidth. Although, I think if you're on not chat only, it counts as a view. So,
You're welcome.
Fucking thank
You,
you very much.
My computer does actually autoplay Matt, so that's fucking
Great.
always.
Don't say too much more about our
Yep.
scheme that we're
was
running
gonna
on these
say,
guys.
I
Fantastic.
should do that.
You should.
You're a murderer, Matt G. He was proven innocent.
Who's Ray Lewis?
He's a football player.
Oh.
Was.
Mm.
Hall of Famer,
Don't say too much.
Ah!
for the record.
Do you have Matt? Do you have any room to go to your right with that camera? Sorry, your left with that camera. That
Oh, yeah.
camera? No. The
Towards
camera.
me.
Move the
Oh,
camera.
Me, yep.
Move the camera towards Oliver a little bit. No.
Just
Sorry,
like-
just turn it.
Rotate on the X.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm not a camera.
I'm worried you might get Warren. Other way.
Warren, lean forward
You're okay.
a little bit.
Just,
Oh yeah, you're good.
fine.
We
That's
can't
good.
get him in the shot if we try, and
Yep.
I think this is perfect. Yeah,
Yeah, yours is good.
these are dope ass new positions for these cameras.
Did these
looks like a
stands
real
always
fucking
exist?
show. Yeah, these are the one of these is from Rock Band. One of these is the Rock Band mic stand from the original Rock Band 1. And Kevin owns a tripod, I guess.
Do we still have a
his
rock
namesake.
band? Like if we had to play rock band, would we have to disassemble this?
Yeah.
I guess we would for the cameras anyway.
Yeah,
What did you
Or-
say? It's
or
his
we-
namesake?
yeah,
Okay.
tripod.
Yeah,
He
got
has a
it.
tripod. That's fine. He's
Got
dinner dangles.
Huge.
He's very hung. Like,
Huge dick.
well endowed. That's why he has such bad back problems.
We could just do a similar Jimmy rigging of the rock band mic to the not rock band mic when we do it. Rather than disassemble this.
Yeah, literally just
Duct tape that
the
bitch.
Rock Band mic. Well, we would need one of these for whatever. We'll worry about that in 6 months when we do the Rock Band stream. What do you say?
Yep,
6
that's good.
months
Fine.
Seems like a long
Zach
time.
says this would be a dope D&D setup.
Yep.
No, it wouldn't. Brando and I talked about this.
We have a better setup.
We have a plan.
It's gonna be good.
More cameras. More
It's
guys.
gonna be good.
Yeah,
Indoor,
we're gonna do it.
indoor plumbing, Oliver. It's gonna be big. Ready?
Yeah.
Ready? Get hyped! It's the biggest show of the year, Oliver. It's E3 time here on Talking Reckless. 2:30. In spite of what I wrote on the page, it's June 13th.
That's not even close.
It's not the right day either. It's
Everyone beers in
June the something.
to a good podcast.
Clink clink.
Happy,
Yes.
healthy E3.
The date and the episode number don't matter. It is E3 2018.
Wow.
We are right here in the thick of it. The most exciting day of the year, the Super Bowl of video games. The show was this Showcase of the Immortals? Mm-hmm. The Showcase of the Immortals of video games.
It's more than one day.
It is. It's almost 2 weeks now.
It's fucked.
The first conference was on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
It is now Friday of the next week.
It's almost 1 week now.
And
Isn't it over?
the show floor just opened yesterday, so show floor's open all weekend now.
I thought show floor closed.
No, I think it closed on Sunday.
I thought it closed today.
I thought, yeah. I thought it was Monday to something.
I'm not there. And it doesn't matter.
Tuesday
It
to
doesn't matter. The point is...
Fuck 'em.
We don't do that here. E3 used to be like 3 days. Now it's like 94 days. And we're right here at the end. We've seen all the announcements. I have two for the first time ever, two separate pieces of paper of show notes.
Separate pieces of paper show notes?
A 2-sheet.
With
Front, 2 sheets, and back.
2 sheet is
that's
good.
right. 4 if you page them out. With every single piece of E3 news. That's probably not true, but most of the big stuff, anyways. And we are going to go through and discuss pretty much all of it. Before we get into that, before we get into that, my name's Matt Eads. I'm joined by Brandon Lynch.
Howdy, Matt. Do you have like a setting that prints these front and back, or do you just flip them and then print the next page?
Yeah, no, I print one page and then I take it out and put it back in the printer.
Actually?
And then put a new... No, of course!
Like,
So you press
seriously?
like two-sided on the printer. All regular, what do you do for two-sided printing at your new place of employment?
I put it in the top shelf of it, it sucks it in, and then it fires off like 3 of them because I always have to print 3 things.
Nice.
Yep.
Warren Barris is here stroking his beard.
I'm wiping off the
What? Just
condensation.
Yeah, wipe
I believe it is.
the dew off that shelf.
I have to log in to print at our workplace, so they're monitoring us
they
now.
know.
Boy.
So I can't unnecessarily print shit.
Yeah, that's too bad. I buy my own paper.
Although as a music director, I kind of have free reign to print a lot of shit.
Oh, yeah,
because I
music
just be like,
logs.
just print logs.
800 pages long.
Whoops.
Oh, my bad. We actually get you to print these off on your way to every day.
So they know what you're printing, or just how much you're printing?
I think just how much.
Oh, okay.
Like, yeah.
That's fine.
Good
Still
morning.
bring me home all those.
Although maybe there is technology to be able to read what is on these papers too.
Hey, I have a company phone, and I wonder about that every time
Yeah.
I send you guys
That's true.
a swear word.
Does anyone have any games they've played in their lives that they want to discuss
In
before
our
we
lives?
get into last week, this
Oh,
week, before we get into
In real life.
IRL, before we get into the E3 news?
I can talk to you about a game that I've
Okay.
played.
The embargo's up.
Embargo's up.
All right.
Breaking news. This came out somewhat recently. Yoku's Island Express, which I
a
told you
pinball game.
I bought. Done. Next.
Okay.
Fucking right.
I told Brando this, I thought last week, and even the time after he said it, I thought he said Goku's Island. I thought it was a Dragon Ball Z thing.
A much better sounding game.
I would play the shit out of the Goku.
So I was like, oh, that makes sense. It's a Dragon Ball pinball game.
That's not fair, actually. This was a very good game. I very much like this
I
game.
heard.
Yeah, it's so it's a Metroidvania, but which for those of you who don't know, mean that you're gonna go to like one side of the island, find something that you can go back, get to the other side of the island. Now, okay, now you can go underwater. You found the thing that lets you go underwater. Now you found the thing that lets you travel through the air. But all the while, you are running into basically these pinball boards. So I can't remember what animal you are. Maybe a squirrel.
Armadillo.
You're a Yoku.
It's not an armadillo because you're a guy who has a ball. It's an animal and he's pushing a ball.
Like
It's
owns-
kind of like a ferret. You know those ferret toys you used to get?
Does he have a ball or a maul?
A ball.
Okay.
A
okay.
ball.
Sorry, I thought like a hammer.
No,
had
like
a maul.
it's a pinball game.
Okay.
He's got a ball and he's kind of pushing it around.
He looks like a dung beetle. The first when
Yeah,
I
a
started
little bit,
watching,
yeah.
I was
It
like,
might be a
oh,
beetle.
I was like,
Maybe he's
oh,
a beetle.
A dung beetle. That's
Yeah.
weird.
He looks kind of like a beetle. He could
Yeah,
be a beetle.
I'd say beetle. Looks like a beetle to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, there
That's
you go.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
These are the facts that matter.
Yeah.
Hey, that's what I'm here for.
So he's a beetle. We'll call him a dung beetle. And he pushes this ball around, and there's orange, basically bumpers or flippers, and blue bumpers and flippers. You control all the blue ones with your right trigger, all the orange ones with your left trigger. Those might be flipped. Don't correct me. And you kind of use them to traverse the level. So it'll be like you'll go up to one and you'll bounce, and it's always kind of sending you in kind of the direction you need to go. And you're just kind of worried about the timing. So you'll hit one and go fly in a direction, and then as soon as you hit the other one, you got to bounce yourself back the other way. And it's just like a platformer at that point. The bumpers are kind of to help you get around the world.
Yeah.
But then every now and then you roll into what is literally set up like a pinball table, where it's 2 bumpers in the danger zone at the bottom,
Yeah. Shoot down the middle that you can fall through.
brambles underneath, so you know that it's not just like any old level where you can fall down and climb your way back up. There's no death in the game, but there is something that is very clearly keeping track of the amount of times that you've specifically lost a ball between the bumpers on the pinball table looking sections.
Can you lose too many and like, oh, you're out of balls?
Nope, you can keep playing. It never stops you, but when I got my 10th time through the brambles, all game, not like per table, it faded away and faded into this like mysterious cave where there was a bunch of like troll cloaked things hanging out, and they were like watching a number click from 9 to 10, and I was like, okay,
what does it mean?
That's fucked. And then I never saw it again, and then when I hit 30 it did the same thing, and it showed them watching it flip over from 29 to 30. Nothing ever happened, but I think there is obviously something there that you can explore. Yeah,
they're counting something.
They're counting how many times you're going through the brambles.
Get it up to 666 and see.
We'll see. There's a lot of weird kind of side stuff in that game that I haven't done yet. There was one table for sure that I found where the guy is literally like, okay, if you pass here, you're going to that table. If you fuck up once, you're out. I'm not letting you back in the table. Then he never let me back in, so I don't know what was in there.
Like not there's no way to play that table.
As
far as you know.
I went back about halfway. It was early in the game. I went back halfway through the game. He still wouldn't let me in. Maybe after, but I stopped checking back.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really, really neat.
Yeah. It's like cheap too, right? 20 bucks or
20
something
bucks,
like that?
I think, yeah. I got it on the Switch. It's a good Switch game.
Oh, fucking A. Does it ever turn the Switch sideways to look like a pinball board? Like a lengthwise?
No.
Missed opportunity.
Kind of missed opportunity.
Missed
eh?
opportunity.
But you know what? Now that you say that, I never played it handheld.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I played it with.
But then you wouldn't
motion
have your triggers.
Yeah, you would in the
have them
handle.
on the
It's got
handle.
triggers. They're just analog.
No, but
It's the only
if
problem.
it's upright.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't be able to.
Oh yeah, I guess how would you hold that
Right.
from the bottom? That wouldn't
work.
Yeah, never mind.
Is it?
I'm sure
touchscreen?
there are some. It is, yeah. I'm sure there are some games where it does turn sideways.
Maybe just games you don't need the triggers.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Some unreleased announced games where you turn some super parties.
Anywho, yeah, I would recommend everyone play it. It was good. It was really nice to look at, really cutesy, good music.
Yeah, it's fun. Like
yep.
it's bright and colorful.
Oh yeah, great late title card.
Oh, okay.
Really,
I love
a really
late
good
title
solid
card.
one where you it happens and you're just like, oh, that was good. Yeah, that's kind of. I beat it in maybe 3-4 sittings, playing for a long time. So
Not super long.
it's not super long, but it's longer than maybe I thought it was when I first. Like, it's one of the games where the map expands as you explore it. But I was kind of looking at the clouds and kind of where I was going, and I was like, okay, this will be over pretty quick. And then it was not over nearly as quick as I thought it would be.
You turn the island upside down yet and do the second half?
No.
You get the counter up to 99 and all the little guys start cheering and it flips and it's pretty cool.
Right. You find out really quickly that like your first main goal is to take letters. You're a postman. You're a postman.
A porter, if you will.
Yeah. You show up on the island and the old postman is like, oh, you're the new postman. There's some fucking shit going on here on this island and I'm getting out of Dodge. And that's all he really tells you. He gives you a post bag and he's like, you're in charge now.
Yep. Well, it wouldn't want to be you, Casey.
Yeah. The story's kind of whatever. There's a little swerve at the end, which feels like this game didn't seem like the kind of game that needed this. And it's basically your very first quest is like, here's 3 letters, take them to 3 different people, 3 different parts of the island. Once you do that, you have 1 more boss battle and then you're done. So that'll kind of give you a idea of the length of the game if you go in and play it.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yep.
Oh, did you do anything before we get to this E3 dump?
No, not really. We're just slogging away at Detroit.
Yeah.
Slog's a negative word. We're having a lot of fun. We're just not playing it as often as we want
Taking
to.
it slow.
Yeah.
Like
Really
Steve
good,
Miller said, taking it easy.
How far are you?
Oh,
No spoilers.
No spoilers.
Talking code.
Marcus did that thing with
Don't
the
use
boat.
Marcus.
Thing with the boat, yeah.
The
Please.
one model-looking guy with the different colored eyes.
Very
He's
handsome.
doing that thing
So
with the
handsome.
boat. Or with the people on the boat.
Okay.
It's the,
Gotcha.
Sounds like an orgy.
Yeah, it is. It is.
In the
You probably said
You
no.
make the right decisions.
I know.
In the
about where
warehouse.
You just got to the boat?
no.
You've
been on the boat?
Ben has at the
Been
boat.
on the boat,
Okay.
talking to boat people, and then we did warehouse stuff.
Doing boat stuff.
And then warehouse stuff. Okay.
Girl robot and
That's
little
an
girl.
orgy.
Yeah, now we're talking.
Almost got caught up in like a bad situation, orgy-like.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Big black dude
Now I know where you are.
Oh, boy.
Now I know
went
where
to
you
save
are.
him. Went to
Very
save
big.
him.
Did any wildlife get involved in?
No.
Furries.
okay, that's too
no,
bad. No.
any of that.
I didn't have the wildlife either. Nothing you told me
Wildlife?
about. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a bear in that house.
No, is there?
There's a fucking bear in that house.
No
I
way.
didn't see the bear.
Oh man!
There's an android
And
bear.
then they go to the amusement park, which was a really cool part.
with the Joseph. What
No.
was his name? You mean a
Jerry?
The fucking
the Jerry.
the tweaker?
Jerry.
The Jerry.
tweaker ass looking guy.
Jerry's. No, yeah. Well, maybe.
Oh,
He's not a tweaker.
Oh,
Cheers.
my guy, like really sketchy. Like
Nope. They're.
amusement park workers.
It's fine. We said too much.
Yeah, we
we
have.
said too much.
And Connor, the detective one, went to the sex club.
yeah, that's my
Yeah,
favorite part of
that's
the
a good one.
That's a
game,
good
and not
part.
just because it's a sex club, but kind of because it's a sex club.
Well, and like there's some good sarcastic comments about like, why do you keep buying all these hookers? You're like, it's police work. I'll take these two.
Good game, great game.
Yeah.
It is a
Really
lot of
liking
fun.
it.
Warren, what about you, my friend?
Let me tell you about a game that came out to much criticism, rightly deserved.
Oh,
That
Friday
me,
the 13th.
Brando,
Sea of Thieves.
and our other buddy bought. It's called Star Wars Battlefront 2.
I've seen that it is 67% off on Xbox Live.
Yeah, it's
makes
$26 ish.
$26.
Yeah.
It's a fun game.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I
it
guess
sounds
enjoyed it.
and feels like Star Wars, which is kind of what you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
It's not perfect. It still has its problems, but there's not a lot of pay to win, which was the biggest issue I think with that when it first came out. So.
Yeah. What's the model like now? How do I unlock new? How do I get Han Solo? I love Han Solo.
So you, over time, as you kill more, the better you do in matches, more points you get. I forget what they're called. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Battle points.
Credits.
or
Okay, you're
credits.
in
Yeah,
currency.
it's credits.
Is it?
There are loot boxes that you get
okay.
2 of every 6 hours, I think it is, even though they're called daily,
Oh, really?
which is dumb.
Mine was like 14 hours between.
Was it?
Yeah.
Can you
so maybe you
buy
just
them?
got it in like a weird time.
Yeah, where it just happened
it
to
was
be
about
that.
to refresh.
I haven't found a way to buy anything in that game. Like
You can. There's two kinds of currency. There's the credits and there's crystals. And the crystals, it's the same kind of thing where it's like you can buy crystals. It's like
But can you use crystals on loot boxes specifically, or only on the cosmetic items?
use it on cosmetics.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, to buy stuff that's in loot boxes.
Can you
I
can you
assume.
put real money in the game to get character classes anymore?
Yes.
Okay, that's still
well,
fucking
classes
shitty.
or just skins?
No,
like
just
heroes,
skins.
heroes. And
No,
I think it's just skins,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
skins for the heroes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you want to be young Lando from the Han Solo movie,
Donald Glover.
which you should go see,
Handsome, handsome man. Also
Looks exactly
Great
like
hair.
him. That game
then
looks fucking fantastic.
You can get a skin for the already existing Lando, which is they're pretty high up there. But based on us playing for like 3 days now, 4
Yeah.
days now, I'm already over halfway to the full price of a legendary quote unquote skin.
Yeah.
So it doesn't take that long, like
It's-
a week
It seems
or
like
less, probably.
Yeah, it seems like for me, I think you're killing way more motherfuckers
Well,
than
that
I
too.
am.
Yeah.
I think it would take a little bit over a week for me to unlock
to get a skin.
to get a legendary skin.
Okay.
Like the best.
What about the hero? Like I sort of don't.
The heroes you don't
The
unlock,
cosmetics,
do you?
whatever.
It's heroes are all in game. So
You have every hero.
in the game. As you kill more in the game, you're getting a separate. I think those are called.
Those are battle points.
and those you can use to unlock and play as characters in the game.
And you can blaze the entire roster. Because before it was like I've got 4 or whatever, and if
It's
I
still
want to unlock,
limited to. I think you can only
Ray.
have 3 heroes out on the battlefield at once,
Right, but you
depending
can
on game mode.
pick from any of the heroes to bring
Yes.
into that.
Yep.
So
Any of
there
the ones
is-
that are available.
Okay.
Yeah.
There is the Han Solo,
Yeah.
and you can play him whenever you want as long as you get enough battle points.
Follow him on Twitter, the Han Solo.
The Han Solo, and then if you wanted to be young Han Solo, you'd have to go spend money on his skin or earn
Yeah,
enough
okay.
credits
Okay.
to change.
And
it.
they're
Yes.
tiered so that certain characters, like I forget who was. Some of them are worth like 3,000. Some of them are the full 6,000.
They're almost like kill
Yeah.
streaks,
Yeah.
but they're kill streaks that don't
Like,
they don't reset when you die. It's just like whenever you're killing people, you're getting battle points.
Yeah.
Whenever you do anything,
Capturing a
attack, an
point.
objective, or anything, you're getting battle points. They don't reset whenever you die. And then if you're doing good enough, you will manage to get enough before the end of the game to play one life as these
Yeah.
heroes.
Turn him in for a tank or a hero
Yeah,
or
exactly.
a vehicle or whatever.
Exactly.
Okay. That's cool that all the classes, all the different heroes are in there now.
Immediately. Yeah.
Because they mathed it out at like, oh, you need 2,000 days playtime or something to unlock them all before.
Yes, I think it used to be real shitty.
Yeah.
And even when you look at like
legendarily shitty.
even when you look at the skins, like I think I was telling you that I was like to just get to use crystals to buy the new Han Solo skin, it would be like $20, which is fucking insane.
Yeah.
Like $20 for one skin, one guy.
That almost seems like they made those prices so high to avoid people spending money on them. Like you just have to. Why do that when you could play a week or a week and a half to 2 weeks to just unlock it?
Or it is priced high enough that it's like, okay, this is going to leave a lot of people alone, but then the fucking idiots who still want everything, we can make our money back off them.
Yeah,
sure.
The folks who would have been buying loot boxes now can buy skins.
Yep.
That's all right, I guess.
That part of it is not egregious.
Yeah.
I think it feels very similar to the first Battlefront.
Definitely.
The first new Battlefront.
The first new Battlefront. Okay. But there is a lot more from parts of Star Wars that I care more about. Like seeing like Donald Glover on the battlefield is kind of a neat thing where I'm like, oh, that's cool. And like a lot, like Rey's in there now and like all the new Star Wars characters. Whereas I think in the first one, it was just the original trilogy and not even a whole lot of heroes from there. It was like 3 good guys. It was like Luke, Han, and Leia. And then the other side was like...
Lando.
Yeah.
Chewie eventually.
Oh, so maybe in DLC some more came out,
but it was all mostly the first
the trilogy
4, 5, 6. If there is one downside of that game, it's their grouping system is kind of fucked. In that we played with 4 of us last night, and when you die, it puts you in a party of 4 or 5. 4, but it's random. Even if you're already partied up and search for a game with 4 people, you're not always just in there and you can't spawn on them.
Oh, okay, like your in-game squad. It throws in a random squad.
But those are changing every time you die.
Yeah.
So if you stick with these 4 people, it'll give you this bonus from being close to your squad that you're getting 2 times the points, 3 times the points, or 4 times if you're by everyone.
Can you spawn on your squad like in Battlefield?
Nope.
No.
When you die, you spawn at the spawn.
Strangers?
And it'll wait for, I think, 10 seconds most, or if you get 3 other people come in there, then it'll put you back out right away.
It's like we're in our party chat, so we're always talking to each other. We're not interacting with anyone else in the game, but it is basically taking the last 4 people who died, or the next 4 people to spawn,
throwing them
and putting them in a squad together. And then you get rewarded with battle point multipliers for staying with those people. They put little yellow marks over their head.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird that I can't just... I get why I can't... Like, every time I die, they don't... I can't wait for all my group to die for them to put me back out there. But it is weird that I can't just spawn on them and we keep going.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it was something...
a balance thing, maybe?
They do it in Battlefield, and I'm sure it was like, oh, this is casual. People don't use the fucking squads in Battlefield, and it sucks. So I see where they're coming from. Like, whatever, don't even give them the option. Just fucking throw them out there. Who cares?
Yeah. And then I never stay with, like, unless they happen to die at the same time as me and they put us in the same group.
Yeah,
I never stay with my squad.
Yeah,
I don't care about the battle points enough, even though I probably should. As soon as I spawn, I go find them, even if they're in a different squad.
Yeah, that's where I like Battlefield over Battlefront. And I think the original Battlefront, you could spawn on your squad.
You could have a squad of 2.
Yeah. Was it only of 2?
Yeah, it was a 2-party squad.
Sorry, not the original new Battlefront. Oh, the old Battlefront.
Yes, you could definitely do that. Yeah.
And you can do it in Battlefield, and it and they're doubling down on it in Battlefield 5. They're adding a bunch of new features to that squad mode because that stuff's cool. Like spawning on your bro co-op style is. It's all
right.
It's all right. Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot. It's very different than Battlefield in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
There's no healing.
Too bad. If it were the same as Battlefield but all Star Wars, that's the game I feel like everybody wants.
Yeah, probably.
It's close-ish.
Yeah.
But not as good as it could be.
My favorite part of that game is the flying. I think the flying is real fun. Yeah. I like flying in space and going through, like, shooting someone, and then as soon as I feel fire, I just activate the boosters and try and go, like, through some real tight corridors to lose them, or through an asteroid field or something.
Gotta shake
zooming all around, yeah.
And I really like the flying in the last one, and they significantly improved from the last to this. The flying, there's no lock-on anymore. You have to free-flow shoot to take them down and stuff. Like, it feels really good, and there's first person, so you're, like, inside the cockpit of the TIE fighter flying around. And
I can't do that.
It's great.
That's fun. If it ever leads to a new, like, Rogue Squadron game, a new Star Wars flight sim, it was all worth it.
It was
all worth it.
VR, brother.
Oh, one day, baby.
I was flying a TIE fighter first person when you first told me you could, and I would buy something, and I'd be like, "Oh, it's got lots of clearance room on the left," but it's this fucking big dome.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the left wing goes off, and you just spin into space.
You playing else, Warren?
Nope.
We have a ton of stuff to talk about.
That's
yeah, without furthering this conversation, I'm really curious to know that if it wasn't mired with all that controversy when it first came out, is like the game good enough to like have stood on its own, like to have been a good game?
I think it depends. If you're a Star Wars fan, yes.
Yeah.
If you're a casual Star Wars fan, maybe.
You also have to.
Depends what you look for, I guess.
You also have to kind of be a big first-person shooter fan.
Yes.
Because I am a Star Wars fan, and I would never have paid $80 for this game, even without the loot box stuff. Like, it's just not enough for me to like pump hours into in a way that I like to pump hours into an $80 game.
So I was always curious about that. Like everybody only talked about that whole loot box fiasco. But I'm like, is this game good?
It's very similar to the first
I'm
one.
just wondering.
It's very similar to the first one, but more of everything. More maps. Well, I don't even know if it's more maps. It's different maps. And more heroes, for sure.
And more teams, too. There's
Yeah.
the new stormtroopers from, like, the current movies. There's the clones. There is the
droids.
Those red guys?
Are the clones in yet? I thought clones were. I got a story that the clones are coming, or the clones already coming.
They're in. Yeah.
Oh,
That's the
that was
DLC came out like this past week. All the
okay.
solo stuff and
That was
all the
probably
new stuff.
and it's out today.
Yeah, they're all out.
Isn't that Grievous in them, too?
Yeah, droids, Clone Wars, all that shit.
Well, the clones are already in. Grievous is not in yet, so that
okay,
must
maybe
be coming.
that's what's coming. Because it's Grievous, Dooku.
I wonder who the heroes were the
and
clones
Anakin.
were before Grievous.
Obi-Wan.
I guess Obi-Wan's not in that game.
No.
I don't know, man.
They put out like just solo skins was this most recent. Like they put out a bunch of solo stuff.
Yeah, no. I was more wondering, like, if you were the clone team, who are your heroes?
Just that the Luke and Solo and them.
Oh, yeah.
Just
that's weird.
anyone from the good side.
I guess so, yeah.
That's just how it
Because
is.
they were never with the clones at all.
No.
Which is, I think sometimes I get confused because I think it used to be map-based, too.
I remember you said that too. You're like, oh, it couldn't be Vader on this map.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, it did,
because it used to be
yeah.
map-based. Like, your heroes would be based on what map you were fighting on.
Yeah.
But now anyone can go anywhere.
I played a little bit of Vampire today. Don't Nod's Vampire. Vampire.
Vampire.
Yes. I don't think that game's very good. I mean, I only put about 3 hours or so into it. It has and I've heard this from other people, but it has the combat is somewhere between Dark Soul, it's somewhere between The Witcher and like
Gross.
Lego Star Wars, where it is impossible to fail, but also it's like weighty and priority. It's not impossible to fail. You can get hit and shit, but it is. You have an instant dodge that you can cancel out of anything, and it just teleports you across the screen, so you're never getting hit. But at the same time, it's like it takes a long time to do a fight because everything is very slow and everything. All the animations have priorities, and the combat is really, really unsatisfying. And the problem is it's kind of the only thing that seems like it stitches these like huge dialogue dumps together, which are like really well acted and written. But it is an insane amount of dialogue where. Like we went to the hospital. It's kind of the first thing you do is you wake up and you make your way to a hospital because you're a doctor. And
a vampire.
And a vampire. And you can talk to every single person in the hospital, and they all have a dialogue wheel, and you can ask them like, "How's life in London?" And then that opens up between 1 and like 6 dialogue options, and then the other side, whatever the other side is, opens up between 1 and 6 dialogue options. And also some of them are locked. Because if you go talk to other people and learn about these people, you can come back to these people and be like, hey, I know this thing about you. And now I can mind control you because I'm a vampire.
It's like when you ask someone how their day's going and they have any answer more involved than pretty good. And you're just like, fuck.
Yeah,
That's not what I meant.
And like it's, I'm sure it's a function of like, well, we were playing on the stream and whatever. It's a product of the environment a little bit, I think. But that game really seems like a few minutes of very unsatisfying combat with like colored loot and stats and numbers and just a ton of information, super in depth in a way that it doesn't feel like it needs to be because it's really mindless and uninteresting. It's all that stitches together these like insanely like you could spend 4 hours just talking to everybody in the hospital if you want, and because they're giving you side quests and shit, like you feel like you should. And so...
Especially hospital side quests.
Wait, I'm going to mute him. Don't do it! Okay, do it now. Yes, we finally muted one of those coughs.
I got a tickle in my throat.
You'll never get mine, Matt.
Yeah, that's true. I really didn't enjoy my 3 hours with it.
It feels like a conflict of interest in that he's a vampire working at a hospital where there's probably a lot of blood.
He's
just
a
laying
blood
around.
transfusion specialist.
It
That's
sounds like a
just-
fucking racket.
He
That's
wakes,
just a
sounds
moral
like.
gray area at
He
that
does-
point.
he does the typical wake up in a pile of corpses, as many vampires do, and like, what's going on? Who am I? What's happening?
That's their like hangover
Yeah.
movie.
He's
I don't remember anything.
This is a bad night.
Wipes blood from his mouth.
Just fucking piss all over him.
But yeah, wakes up with amnesia, covered in pee, and is like piecing together who he is.
Great.
It's very well acted and performed and stuff. And like maybe that story totally goes places. And they drill right into you like, yo, your choices are permanent. Everything you say is gonna fuck up the world. So be
Yep.
careful. And that stuff seems cool. But boy, is there a lot of bad combat to wade through. It seems like. Boy.
Really quickly before we do E3 stuff, I read this briefly and I meant to look it up, and maybe I can right now while I'm talking.
Okay.
I saw something that said Telltale was doing a game about that Netflix show that the name escapes me.
Stronger
the Upside
Things.
Down- yeah, is that
Stranger
happening?
Things. I also heard that rumor from someone in our chat a little earlier.
That seems like something they would totally do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Capitalize
seems-
on something people are talking about.
And with Walking Dead coming to an end, you're gonna need something.
And it's
True.
a great that universe is just so it's just like it's a universe where there is an evil parallel world. Like you can do anything in that world, any kind of monsters you want.
Feels like they went talking reckless. One of our many
Good
IPs.
plug.
Manitank.
Telltale went from having like 100 things going under the sun to all of a sudden like, well, they're doing Walking Dead and maybe one other thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two other things or whatever. Yeah, they
well-
laid off like half their staff. The Marvel thing is still in
that still a
there
thing?
in there somewhere. I think
Great.
that never came out, right? And we would have known if that came
I don't
out.
know. Yeah, it wasn't so much that I thought it came out. It was I didn't know if it was still a thing.
Yeah, no, they laid off like half their staff last year sometime and really sized down. All right, without any further ado, let's jump into this E3 hot tub. What do you say?
Let's do it.
Whoa.
Whoa!
Just blow these mics up while we're at it. I'm going to start at the top. EA was the first press conference. I got to pull up my notes. I think I just watched that one by myself.
I think you did, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one wanted to watch that thing with you.
No, it was, well, let me see what it was.
Aren't your notes on the paper?
Not all my notes. These are the unbiased notes. I got the bias on the phone.
There's
What is all
exclusive
these
notes?
comma dope after? Some
I didn't
of these?
actually take notes on the
doesn't
EA
seem
press conference, so
unbiased.
that's exceptional.
Who put the EA in EADS?
Yeah, just follow the money. Battlefield 5, they showed a trailer. They said Battlefield 5 Royale. People booed.
Did they actually
Really?
boo?
Yeah,
That's great.
the EA crowd or the E3 press conference crowd this year, I will say extra shitty, like shittier, shittier in all the worst ways, but also shittier in like we had some great woo guys front and center who were just like
They were
every single thing,
plants.
probably,
I
but
feel like the
You
Woo guys
mark.
are. I feel like the plant or the Woo guys are shitty in the good way,
they totally
in
are.
the
They
right
totally
way,
are. But
yeah.
then there was also a lot of shittiness in like
in the wrong way.
booing.
Yeah.
So they showed that trailer about the Norwegian woman and people just being shitty about women in Battlefield and like. Listen,
on,
I know.
be cool.
I was saying I found myself saying that a lot. They teased or not teased. They announced a higher tier of Origin access, which is you pay Origin a fee and you get access to their catalog or whatever. EA Origin Premier. I didn't pull any more details.
Okay.
If you're interested in that, I guess look it up
I had
yourself.
questions, but that's fine.
I don't know what the higher tier gets you. I don't know what the lower tier gets you. I buy the games I want to play. I don't.
You're answering all my questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
They talked
Or
to
not.
shit. I don't know who it was.
Guy in the
Not
crowd.
Not Vince Zampella. Who's the other one? Maybe it was Vince. I don't know which one of them it was.
Who's-
One
I can't remember.
of the heads of Respawn. They had him. He was in the crowd. Vince and.
Pella.
Yeah, we're right there. He was in the crowd and they went and talked to him and we're like, oh, I hear you're making a new Star Wars game, huh? And he's like, yep, it's called Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Big crowd pop because that sounds dope.
You fucked up our shot.
And then that was it. Did I?
Oh yeah,
Nope.
cut me off.
Because that was it. He wasn't saying anything else.
There you go.
So Respawn is working on something called Jedi Fallen Order.
What did
Fucking
Respawn go on to make?
Titanfall.
After? Oh, fucking work on Titanfall 3.
That's pretty sweet.
You guys.
Jedi Fallen
No,
Order,
it's
please.
Star Wars. Yeah,
Yes.
do Star Wars.
Fucking A.
I want both those games
Well,
a lot.
How long has it been since
I
you
just. What are you going to do with a Titanfall 3? Like, what else is there to
I
do?
love
I love
Titanfall.
Titanfall.
Anything.
Okay, here we
But
go.
I
Let's
just
get
don't know.
Jedis in Titans.
You always in Titanfall 3, you always play as a Titan. There are no more foot soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
Your Titan gets into a bigger Titan,
There you go. That'd be fucking dope.
and then you drop 100 of the bigger Titans onto an island.
Sure. And it's fucking. Yep.
There's still story to tell in Titanfall 2. I thought that story in that new one was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Very much so.
as like I will always remember Effect and Cause or Effect Cause or whatever it was called. But I don't know what the story of Titanfall 2 is.
He went around
I couldn't believe that.
after his commander got killed and was murking one of every type of Titan.
I just
yeah.
don't remember
Yeah.
that ending and me going, I want some more of that. That's why I just wondered
That's fair.
what we're looking for in a Titanfall.
But
3,
I
if
also-
there's an
I
aspect of
also
that.
very much enjoyed the multiplayer, which is
Yeah, oh, yeah.
totally
Yeah.
crazy
Yep.
for me.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I like Titanfall multiplayer more than any first person shooter multiplayer that I
yeah.
play.
Yeah, I'd say that. I'd agree,
Yeah.
I would agree with that. I'm sure they are. I think we
I think they're
know
probably
they're
doing
working on
both.
Titanfall 3. I think that's
Yeah.
a known quantity. But fucking A, man. How many years has it been since you've played a new Star Wars game where you're just a man with a lightsaber? It's been years. It's been like Jedi Academy. I guess Force Unleashed, say. Maybe one of the last
Force
ones.
Unleashed, yeah.
Force Unleashed 2 was terrible, but Force Unleashed 1. You like
Okay,
Force
yeah.
Unleashed 2, huh? That's-
Way better than the first.
Oh! What?
Way better than
What?
the first one.
I just feel the tremors. I could feel the place rumbling as soon as you started that sentence. You're like, oh, I know where this is
We
going.
didn't have time to unpack that. The Battlefront 2, Clone Wars stuff, Grievous, Dooku. I don't know who else. I sort of
There is a third one, but I also don't remember.
Anakin. Grievous.
Yeah,
Yes,
Dooku,
that's
Anakin.
right.
Yeah.
Like fucking the worst,
Teen
shittiest Anakin.
Teen Anakin. Oh.
I would
Well,
rather
I
play it
feel
as a
like
kid.
I was going to say.
I would
feel like
rather
the
play it
kid.
as a kid.
I've
Now
got the
this
high
is
ground.
pod racing.
I would. They should have a DLC voice pack of him for flying missions.
That man has schizophrenia and is in prison.
Yeah, that's true.
So
That actor kid?
the kid.
No way.
Yep.
What's he in prison for?
Christian
Something.
Hayden? Or
No,
the
no,
kid.
that's
The
the
kid.
kid.
Oh shit.
Hayden Christensen just makes bad movies.
Yeah. Well.
He doesn't make movies anymore, does he?
I bet you he does.
He
I bet you
made
his
bad movies.
I bet you his IMDb still got some
Well,
credits
let me
coming
just
up.
pull that up while he
Wait,
carries us
what's
home.
the kid
Nothing
in
since
jail
Jumper.
for?
It was a police stop that he, I don't know, he took a swing at him or did something. I don't
Child
know.
actor.
Do
Actors
you
Tried
know
to
who
use
I
the force
am?
on him.
Yeah.
I was not speeding. Unravel 2 is available today, or was available on Saturday. 2 Yarnies.
I really like those announcements.
Red Yarny, Blue Yarny.
If
Available
they're
today.
good.
Is it today?
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is
Like,
available.
Followed
Shelter?
Shelters was last year. I'm like, and they did it again this year, didn't
That
they?
wasn't last year. Wouldn't that have been the year before last year, I think.
Sure, but they did it again this year.
With
Shelters on PlayStation.
and Switch. You're right.
Yep.
Loved
it.
Unravel 2 is 2 Yarnies. If you're playing single player, I think you're like swapping control. So you can mash the Yarnies together, goddamn, at any point to become like purple Yarny, I guess.
It's like a mixture
it's a
of
mix,
red
yeah.
and blue.
It's like when
Titan
Redneck
Yarny?
and Blue Knack form up. And then you can like move them as one Yarny, and then you can split them apart. And I think you're swapping control between them.
I
If-
thought it
if
was
you're
just
playing single
co-op.
player.
Oh, okay.
And otherwise, yeah, play co-op.
Yeah.
Reminded me of Donkey Kong, where there's always two of you and you can pick the one guy up and kind of team up to do things.
Throw them up to
Yeah.
Tomonaji up a wall.
In the last 8 years, Hayden Christensen has been in 4 movies.
Yes.
First Kill was the most recent in 2017, which is a Bruce Willis flick.
There you go. Look at him, still
you
paying
go.
paying rent,
Yeah.
earning his bits.
They showed a new game called Sea of Solitude from, I'm going to do this off my memory, German developers Yomai. And I don't know at all what this game is. She came out and described it, and this very, she had a beautiful German accent, described about how it's all about like loneliness
Yeah.
and
Seemed very artsy.
suffering
Yeah.
and like sad thoughts. And then they showed gameplay where you're a girl turning into a monster or something, and
Yep.
she has
Loneliness is the monster.
yeah, I don't know. Also, there seems like there's a giant monster sometimes. I remember. Never mind. I think I'm thinking of a different game, but I don't know.
It seemed like someone explaining to you, like the the high-end art painting at the Met that you don't see anything
Exactly.
in. And
it was exactly that pitch.
they're just like, if you look here, this is sadness and chaos. And I'm like, oh, yeah.
Totally see that. Yeah.
I thought it looked like a banana. I don't get it. It's like a boat. Coming to 2019, they showed, buckle your pants, the new Command and Conquer game. Oliver, I know you've been wondering since BioWare was working on that Command and Conquer however long ago.
That's
got
right.
canceled. What's been going on with the Command and Conquer franchise?
Where's Ric Flair?
Where is Ric Flair?
Oh, this is the
Don't
Ric
know.
Flair
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
Good.
Call them up on your mobile.
It's on. You spoiled my. It's on mobile. It's a mobile game. Ric Flair not confirmed.
They should.
Yeah.
Like
If
when you plant your little tank or whatever, it should just drop it. Like, woo!
just get him on the
real
commercials instead of Arnold.
That's
or,
true,
or
yeah.
Kate, whatever her name
Yeah.
is. Just get Rick.
That'd be great.
Don't but
Hey,
don't.
soldier, remember me?
Yeah. It's been a long time.
Long time, cupcake.
He's just sitting in like a hospital bed with like fucking cords coming out of him.
Okay, he's fine. All right, Rick is
He's just
Rick
old.
is fine.
He's just old. He's an old joke.
Yeah, he was old when he was in the other Command and Conquers. I thought it looked okay. I don't know. It's like a little phone strategy game. I've played some of those in my
Yeah, I
time.
won't play that.
I'm going to try that one. And then they showed Anthem and gave it a February 22 release date. I thought that trailer sucked ass. I've heard the gameplay demo on the show floor is very good.
Excellent.
Very impressive.
Everything's coming out in February.
Yeah.
Worth noting.
Literally everything. Everything is in February.
Including your favorite and mine, Crackdown.
There are like three huge games now on February 22. I
Yeah.
can't remember the other ones, but
Yeah.
Anthem is one of them.
Days gone.
I'm very excited for that game as a Destiny enthusiast.
I'm very
And
excited.
a Bioware.
And a
Like
BioWare
as a
enthusiast.
BioWare
Yeah.
enthusiast.
As a take it or leave it Destiny person,
Man.
I actually was looking forward to this game because they showed originally last year's E3, right? Like just
Yeah,
a quick
very
look.
Yeah, no gameplay.
Flying.
Just,
No, they did a little bit. It wasn't clear if it was gameplay. 'Cause
They
it was
had
like
the-
first person pushing through the crowd
okay.
and then
Yeah.
jump into the suit and then fly around.
They
a
had
little bit.
the scripted dialogue between the party members, which is great. I was pretty stoked on it, and then I kind of agree with you that I didn't dislike the trailer that they showed, but I thought it was a little underwhelming. I
Totally.
didn't feel that they showcased enough of like, here's how we're making our game different from Destiny.
Yeah.
For me, when I watched it, I was like, "Oh, it's like Destiny, except with different abilities, and you're flying a lot." And it was those things that like I noticed when I watched a trailer. I was like, "Oh, those scatter rockets are dope," and "Oh, the flying looks dope," and you go through the waterfall and it cools you off. So for me, the two things that they did to differentiate from Destiny were like the two things that I was like, "That looks cool," which is I think why I like that gameplay demo more than you guys.
Yeah. I couldn't, as we were watching the demo they showed, I couldn't help, like, I'm cynical, surprise. As they're, like, flying to their mission thing, it's like, okay, is this like Earth on Destiny? Like, have they been through this path
Yeah.
900 times, going in this exact, like, this is just, this is like a public event in Destiny,
Yep.
which from the outside, not knowing what it is very cool and exciting, and, like, all these players are going to discover this thing, but, like, we're not just running fucking event. I'm not getting up every morning or whatever to go do the Scarab tank dropping in the earth. So I'm like, that stuff sucks after you do it twice.
Yeah, and that it totally could be that.
Yeah,
But you're
they
right.
Did, like, and they didn't
it's
do a
what-
good job of showing like.
Yeah, that's what
well,
I was looking for.
And there's a part in that demo when they were interviewing Casey Hudson and Mark Darrow on stage and some lady whose name I don't know, the lead writer. They were saying like. It is single player when you're in the hub. You're going to go to the hub and you're going to turn in your story quests and you're going to get new quests and you're going to get like bounties for lack of a better word and you're going to do all that stuff. It's going to be single player. Then you're going to get out in the open world and there it's going to be multiplayer and you're going to connect with people and you're going to team up. And like they're just describing Destiny to you. Like, yeah, you're going to go to the tower, which I guess the tower is not single player. But you're going to go to the tower and you're going to get your bounties and you're going to go out in the world and you're going to do it. So hearing all that, it's like, oh.
I think they're describing a lot of video games.
They could be.
with that.
They
Like,
could be.
Yeah.
But I think that's another thing that works against it is that I want this game to be not completely different because that's the game that, like you say, that's the model. But
Yeah.
I wanted them to put their own spin and be like, hit me over the head with,
Yeah.
this is what is different about this game than Destiny.
I thought they did. And I think that was the difference in how we saw the trailer.
And, like,
it was a lot of flying. It was a
But
lot of
I
new
just feel like the
abilities.
flying thing is just going to become second nature
Yeah,
after
it's going to be riding your Sparrow.
5 minutes. Yeah.
It felt different to me. The flying, the swimming, the open world.
Yeah.
But
And I really hope it is.
yeah. And judging by
I want it to be good.
Judging by the reports coming out of the gameplay demo, which none of us have played,
True.
none of us have seen, people are saying it seems really, really cool.
Yeah, very positive on that
Yeah.
gameplay demo,
Yep.
which is good. That's a good thing.
Yep.
People who, much like yourself, were not very on board with it. Some of the ones we know.
Yeah,
Right?
Destiny,
Yeah.
known Destiny haters.
Yeah.
So that's cool. That's really exciting. I was pretty down on it until these reports started coming out. February 22. That's close. February's close.
There's a lot coming out in February, and it's close.
Yeah. And then so that wrapped up everything I got for EA. There was like some Sim stuff. There's some other small stuff I didn't pull. And then on to Bethesda. I think from purely a presentation standpoint, the best conference of the show. Games aside,
Yep.
Sony had the best games. Bethesda had the fucking best show. I think they opened with. I can't remember if they opened with it or if they showed a trailer. I think they showed a Rage 2 trailer, and then they brought out Andrew WK, who sang one of his hits. I think it was I don't know if it was "Party Every Day," "Party Till You Die," or "Party Party Party."
It was one of the three.
I know the words like "Get Ready to Die" were in it because
Yeah.
the subtitles are showing up, and it's like people in the crowd like smiling because they're just fucking watching video game trailers or whatever.
Yep.
And it's like "Get Ready to Die" on the bottom of the screen. But he came out, and I thought it was like, I know a lot of people were like, "Oh boy, this is so cringy," but like it was the most self-aware. It was the
Was it self-aware?
yes.
I thought it was.
Yes.
I thought it was just big and dumb in the way that a lot of good press conference stuff was. But I'm not entirely sure that the people at Bethesda were like, yeah, this is really cool. Like I think everyone was just like, yeah, this is great. This is
You think
super
so?
cool. And I think you are kind enough to give them the benefit of the doubt, being like, no, they're probably thinking like, no, this is really dumb, and we know it.
I thought
I
I was
don't-
sort of with you of like, maybe this is cringy, but when they had that like that key Skyrim skit, I was like, okay, they're in on
That one was
that was,
definitely
yes.
self-aware.
Bethesda knows what they.
I don't
are.
think Andrew WK goes and performs if that's their pitch to be like, hey, this will be really dumb.
Oh no, I don't think
Yeah.
I think Andrew WK works for whatever fucking money he can get these days. I don't think Andrew WK's in on the joke. He thinks he's like dope ass rock star living the life.
Tearing the walls
I
down.
think,
Yeah.
I think that I'm kind of with Brand on this one. That they were like, "Hey, this is the theme to our game. We should get the actual band to perform live. That'd be a cool way to start it." Like
I
fucking
really
Pandas
liked it.
dancing.
I really liked it.
I liked it too.
It was
Panda's,
really
dan- Panda's dancing overshadowed Andrew WK.
Mm-mm.
It was
it's just
fucking.
not even-
Oh, I
fuck
fucking
that.
love that Panda.
They did it last year too.
Exact same
It was,
thing. Brutal.
They showed some Rage 2 gameplay, which actually looks. I think it looks really good. It's fast. You have a dash, like almost like you have a fucking exosuit on.
Yep.
It looks a lot like Doom.
That fucking blade boomerang
Oh, the
thing.
wing stick.
The wing stick.
The wing
that
stick.
looked like it was doing a little bit more than in that first case. In the first game, yeah.
Yeah, well, it was like it's their loading icon.
Yeah,
it's like their main
it's-
fucking selling point of that.
That shotgun was doing more damage than when
Yeah.
you were playing and
Car
shooting them
stuff.
4 times before they go down.
Car stuff looked okay.
Yeah.
That game might be really good.
I want that car stuff to be like, if that car stuff is more like naturally ingrained into the story instead of being like, this is a race.
Yeah.
Let's go to the racetrack for this.
No, I'm not doing a race. They showed some new ESO stuff. Somerset has a new expansion, Black Marsh, which I believe is the home of the orcs. I'm not an Elder Scrolls expert. I think that might be right. They did the Skyrim on Alexa bit, which is a real thing. That thing exists. You can get out there and
Yeah.
play Skyrim on Alexa if you can.
Which makes you wonder if that's even self-aware in the end.
Oh, I think it was.
I thought it was a really good self-aware joke when I thought it was
fake thing.
non-existent technology.
I think by getting what's his name to do it, Key and or Peel, whichever one he is.
It's key.
It's key.
I've never known.
We went through it. I'm like, is this? Which one is this?
I feel like that was pretty self-aware.
Yeah.
That one.
I know, but for me when I was watching it, part of the self-awareness is like, that's funny because Skyrim's on everything.
They're gonna bring it
That's
to
how I
You
got
guys
it.
are joking because Skyrim's
Well, even
on
in the
everything.
chat watching you watch it, there was before this was getting started and they were in the pre-show. People were like, what? I think you even asked, what do you think this is going? What are we going to see here? Whatever, and people were making jokes there on Twitter everywhere about, we'll get Skyrim on the
Game
thing
Boy
from
Color.
Fallout or whatever.
Pip-Boy.
Yeah.
They announced a Doom sequel called Doom Eternal: Hell on Earth.
This was the most fired up I got during this
Yeah.
press
That
conference.
was good.
It's a real short trailer, and they show it's just Hell on Earth. Hell is because you were on Mars in the first game, and Hell has now come to Earth. Doom guy fucking steps on a skull exactly when everyone in the world goes, "Step on it!" Whoosh, he does,
Yeah.
and the whole crowd pops. It was a beautiful moment.
No gameplay.
No gameplay, unfortunately. I'm really looking forward to Doom Eternal. I like the
They
bullshit
dropped some
story they
stats
weaved.
of like twice the amount of enemies.
Yeah, twice the amount of
and
demons.
Twice the something else. Maybe length of length of the campaign? I don't know. They dropped some good stats. Where I'm like, oh, that sounds great.
Yeah.
You had me at Doom 2,
Eternal.
even though it's not
Yeah.
called Doom 2. But the fact that you actually like, oh, we're listening to what people want, and you want to come to Earth. Yeah, we're on Earth now.
Well, Doom 2 was Hell on Earth. Doom 2 Hell on Earth.
Yeah.
So now it's
It's almost like a remake
it's
of the
remake.
second game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like the new old Star Trek. The old news. The
Also-
new old whatever.
The music in those games are fucking incredible.
so good.
Even in the trailer, I'm like, oh, I'm so ready to go back into this world.
They announced some free-to-play mode coming to Quake Champions. I think Quake Champions is a bad game, B, a super bad game, because as soon as that game came out, they started charging for Quake Live, which is criminal. That game has been free forever. It should still be free. They announced some DLC for Prey, which sounded pretty interesting. It had some... the infinite replayability, they kept saying. It looks like it had some
Yes.
weird gen combat procedural generated
Yeah.
thing that I don't know what it is. It also adds Typhon Hunter, which is the prop hunt, basically, from...
Call of Duty.
Yeah, in Prey, the enemies, the mimics, disguise themselves as objects, and Typhon Hunter, I think it's
1 on 5?
Five
Yeah.
mimics on one
Hunter?
yeah. Which is... I haven't played it. Sounds super fun.
Yeah.
Super fun.
I remember when I think you were I was watching someone play Prey, and Warren was at the same time playing prop hunt, like at the same time of life, and I was like, "Fuck, this just seems like a match made in heaven if they ever wanted to do this," and then they finally did.
They announced this one's weird, a Wolfenstein sequel called Young Blood, which is co-op only.
No, you
Co-op?
can-
I think it's solo.
You can play
co-op.
solo.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's a co-op game featuring BJ's twin daughters, set in the 1980s, I think they said.
Yeah.
Southern Bales.
Yes, and yes, they are. One of them at least is a Southern Belle. I don't think we heard the other one
I
talk.
assume they have the same accent.
No, hopefully not.
The other one's German.
German, yeah. and so that's weird because what does that mean? What like does BJ ever go on to kill Mecha Hitler? Like what does that mean for Wolfenstein 3?
We're in a
basically?
franchise of multiple timelines and
Yeah,
multiple possibilities.
it's very true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe they go away and then come back.
Maybe they time travel. Maybe at the
Yeah,
end of
exactly.
this game, the daughters time travel back to the start of Wolfenstein 3
And tell
then it's a
BJ what they
3-player.
have to do to stop it, and then that's what you do in 3.
Oh shit!
Yeah. It's perfect.
Wolfenstein 2 is very good.
I think this is going to be like a half release, like Old Blood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
standalone.
Yeah, $40.
Yeah, they were. It probably is. They kept calling it a sequel, but I mean, if you want people to buy your standalone DLC, you can call it a sequel.
Yep.
What else? Fallout 76 out in November.
You and me are in.
I am in.
We're
yes,
in.
I have actual
Absolutely.
notes on this.
You're in, Oliver?
Yeah,
Oliver's in.
100%.
I thought I had notes. Oh yeah. Okay.
West Virginia setting.
West
Take me home.
Country Roads. Entirely online. Fallout 76. Cannot play it offline. If you want to, fuck you. You can play it solo, apparently. You're leveling up. It is Todd the God Howard called it softcore survival. Whatever that means. Well, it means,
They don't show
penetration.
penetration,
No
yeah.
penetration. Death does not mean loss of progression. He was very key to drill in. Unlike Daisy and Rust, if you die, you're not just losing everything.
Yep.
Presumably, you're keeping all your leveled up. However,
Shit.
those systems are going to work.
Because it's a fine line, because also in these survival-y type games, you need to have some sort of penalty for dying.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it doesn't feel tense or anything.
Exactly, but if you lose all your shit, you're like, well,
Then you're
I'm
frustrated.
done playing this game.
So, yeah.
I don't know what this means, but I wrote down play instruments together like Sea of Thieves. So that sounds fun.
We don't actually know if we could do that.
They were doing it.
There was a shot of people playing instruments together.
Like a
we don't
drum
even know.
kit
We
and
don't
a
even know if those
piano.
were user-controlled characters.
They were.
They
the
were?
only NPCs in the game are robots. No human. No humanoid NPCs
Okay.
in the game. All robots. So I guess that's how you're gonna get your quests and your vendors and all that stuff.
You can do that in A Way Out. You can play music together.
Yeah.
I should buy that game.
It's a cool game.
I think I can give you it for free, can I?
Yeah, we've talked about this.
Okay.
There are so this is one of the key points for me. There are dozens of players on a map. The map is 4 times the size of Fallout 4. There are dozens of players on it. Not
That's-
thousands, not
yep.
hundreds, dozens. So it is meant to feel like a sparse apocalypse.
Right.
Which sounds really interesting. If you want to
Fallout 4 is a big map.
Yeah, very big. I
If
can't.
it's 4 times as big as that, and there's dozens,
I can't remember
Yeah.
if it's 3 or 4 times, but either way.
but either
huge
way,
map.
you're not going to just run into people on the streets.
Yes, you shouldn't.
Well, you will occasionally, and hopefully that makes it feel special.
Exactly. There are nukes all over the map. There are nuclear silos all over the map. They sort of build them as like raids almost. You'll need a few players to complete them. You're finding like keys basically. So like, oh, I've got one piece of the key. We all got one piece of the key. Let's fucking team up and do this thing. And you are launching a nuke to a spot on the map, which is we don't really know what it does, but it seems like it is just decimating any like player construction or players there. So the map is like constantly resetting in a way that makes it seem like you're not going to spend a year building this huge citadel, and it's going to be a lot quicker of a cycle. It seems like.
So, is the goal like what is the goal of this game? You think just to exist?
Maybe
much like life.
There's probably an end. If you're leveling up and
Yeah.
there are, like they say, there's quests and stuff. There's probably a main
Right.
quest.
But you could do everything right, and just a nuke falls out of the sky and kills you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think the idea is like hopefully that sets you on a path for vengeance of like, well, these fuckers at
do you even
Warren's
know,
faction.
You know it's them.
I
that's
don't
yeah,
know. I have
exactly.
no idea.
It'll be interesting to see how that all
Yeah,
shakes out.
totally. And it's out in November. It's out November I have to open my phone again. 14th.
Yes, 14th.
Yeah. Okay. It's on,
It's all on the notes.
it's on the page. Fucking A. I'm really interested in it. I don't know. Everyone in the chat, we were watching this live. Everyone seemed super down on it and like, it's not my Fallout. I don't want that. But
I feel like I flipped like 4 times back and forth over the course of their presentation of this game.
Todd kept winning you over, and then he's like, "Oh, also Elder Scrolls on mobile,"
Yeah.
and lost you, and
Todd's-
then pulled you back in.
Todd's personality would like bring me to a yes. His personality would like bring me to the yes, but then I'd hear him say something like always online or you have to play with other people, and then I'd be like no, and then he'd just start bringing me back in, and then he'd be like, and oh, a nuclear silo can just blow you up out of nowhere, and then I'm like, oh no, and then
I'm really interested to see what it is.
As a guy who has played 3, I believe is the one that I had, and did not like it just because it's not my style of game. I feel like this is a perfect time for me to jump into this
Get
game
in, yeah.
because it's a prequel,
Yeah.
and because it's co-op that I can play with you guys and be like, okay, here's kind of how this is supposed to work, just based on playing previous games. So yeah, I'm interested in it too.
we're
Yeah.
gonna launch a nuke at some motherfuckers, Warren.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
I'm
It's
just
gonna-
in
it's
it
like-
because it's Fallout. Like that's all it takes for me.
Yeah. The
yeah.
setting. Ron Perlman. Ron Perlman is a character in the trailer.
Yeah.
He's
He's one of the robots.
I think he's a Vault Tech rep.
I think it seemed like he was the guy in charge.
Yeah.
Also, that dude that wears the jacket on the cover or whatever that might be reminds me ridiculously amount of Soldier 76. Blue jacket, 76 on his back with red and a yellow circle. It's the exact same thing.
That's what they were going for. They wanted to evoke
Could
those
be.
positive thoughts.
Is that a Pit Boy that he's talking about?
that Warren's talking about?
No, it's
Or
a dude.
not Pit Boy, the fucking mascot.
No, it's like
No,
a
it's just
dude.
a guy in a
Dude.
Vault
Yeah.
jumpsuit.
What's that guy called? What's his name?
Pip-Boy.
Is it Pit Boy?
Nope.
think it's not Pip-Boy.
Vault-Tech.
Vault?
Pip-Boy.
That fucking the
Yeah, I know
mascot.
who you mean. Does he have a name?
I thought he had a name.
I don't know.
Boy. Fallout Boy.
Yep, Fault. That's it.
Follow.
That's
Yeah, there you go.
not it.
Yeah.
Fallout Boy.
What is his
Fallout
name?
Is that actually it? No. Oh, okay.
Some Vault-Tech bobblehead.
Well, you look that up.
Vault Boy.
Vault
Vault
Boy.
Boy.
Oh, that's what I said. They announced a Elder Scrolls for mobile called
Glad
Elder
you're
Scrolls
here.
Blades. Doesn't look great. And then they closed the show by saying, "Here we are. We are going to show you this is a next gen game." Those words, next gen game. What the fuck does that mean? Also, here's Starfield, which was like, oh, it's a starship and it's a space station.
And then a title
Cut.
card.
Yeah, cut. Next gen game. After their next gen game, after he was very clear that this is after they showed basically just a title card, Elder Scrolls 6. Of course, they're making it.
Yes.
It was basically they're like, yes,
Shut up.
Yeah, stop asking about it. Obviously, we're fucking making it.
They announced a game that will be out in 8 years.
Yeah, next gen game. Starfield, whatever that means. Next set of consoles.
Starfield is the next gen
Yep.
game?
Yep.
And,
Oh, I
then,
thought.
and then they specifically said Elder Scrolls was after Starfield.
Oh, so then.
Yeah.
Wow. Some.
Who knows? Also, Starfield is not a code
Great
name. It's
outlook.
actually called Star. It's new. Their first new IP in 25 years, I think they said.
Do we
which is
think
kind of
it's
amazing.
going to just be Elder Scrolls in space?
That'd be dope.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would totally do that.
in. I think people get mad if every one of Bethsoft's 3 games were like, oh, it's Elder Scrolls in the Apocalypse and Elder Scrolls and Elder Scrolls and Elder Scrolls in space.
I mean, who would be mad when everyone plays those games?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, that's just the niche, right? I'm into Fallout, but I'm not into Elder Scrolls.
And I'm into Fallout more than Elder Scrolls, but I'd be into space way more than both.
And
So-
they do make a lot of those. They know how to make those games, that type of game.
And I think it's just like when you're writing these Elder Scrolls games, they're obviously good and they're coming up with new storylines all the time and they're coming up with new quests all the time. But you've got to think there's just a wall of like, there's fucking nothing else to say about Medieval. We've helped everyone fix every problem over the course of 5 games.
Can we do dragons? Can we do dragons? No, we already did dragons.
Done Dragons.
If you
man.
put all the apocalyptic problems, they're all done.
Demon portals. Demon portal.
No, we've done Demon Portals.
Okay,
man.
or what about a machine? We need to make water. We need a water machine.
No, we did that.
Fuck!
No.
Yeah.
Maybe when they're in space, I wonder if
Space,
all their
yeah.
like good writers are going to be like,
Todd just dropped his
"Oh,
phone. His
fuck, we have so much we can do.
That's it.
How about an air machine in space?
We need to make an air machine."
It's just Fallout, but replace water with air.
Yeah.
What did they have? That was it. That was it for Bethesda.
That's a good press conference.
Yeah, it was a really good press conference. I was pretty surprised that we didn't really see Elder Scrolls and Starfield, but the fact that they were just like, yeah, they're real. Here you go, was cool.
That'd be just so
I gotta
easy.
stop.
Like,
Stop doing this.
You can, like, even if they were like, this game isn't out for 15 years, but we know eventually we're going to make a Elder Scrolls 6, we're not going to stop. You can still put that title card
Yeah,
out.
totally.
You could put it up if you were anywhere from 1 to 20 years out.
Just
Be
don't-
like,
don't
hey,
go out of business
this
before
is,
then.
Yeah, this is a game. We'll make it at some point.
Keep talking. I got to drink.
I think it'd be like exciting when they announce the next Xbox and the next PlayStation, and then that same title card comes up, and maybe they haven't even mentioned it in the last few years, and then that's just a reminder, like, holy shit!
It's next gen
Still
now.
working
Yeah.
on this. And then came Microsoft, which
Which was
opened.
also a really good press conference, I thought.
Yeah.
I watched that one live with Matt, and it was cool when they
Ooh,
when
that's not the right way to watch a press
yeah,
conference.
no,
Sorry, everybody.
no, he was pleasant. It was pleasant.
He was pleasant.
I'm always pleasant.
When Phil came out and was like 50 games, 18 inclusive, 15 world premiere. I
Yeah.
was like, holy shit, that's quite a bit. Let's hear them.
Nobody does the and this actually bumps me out, but when they used to show the exclusives and you had like it was like the EA Sports guy who'd be like exclusive, and they don't do any of that anymore.
Now you have
They
to
did.
now you have to look up if anyone else has it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they would say they're like, "Oh, this is a like world reveal." Like they use weird terminology now. We're like, "What is a world reveal?" Like, but they opened with Halo Infinite. They just showed a trailer of I haven't looked into this at all. I think is a new engine. I think I actually did hear that. Yes, this was a
It
new
is
engine.
powered by Slipspace,
Yeah. Yes.
which is either an engine called Slipspace or something way bigger than anything we could fathom.
They showed it, and it was basically like,
It came and it went.
yeah, no, it was like they showed some
Oh,
some
yeah.
ODSTs down a hill, not Spartans, down a hill,
No.
and then they showed Master Chief.
There was a deer.
There was a deer, and it was just like Master Chief, the leg of like your camera's behind Master Chief, and you see his leg.
We don't know that's Master Chief.
It was
he had
it was a
Master
green
Chief
Spartan.
helmet.
It was a
Spartan
green. You're right.
armor.
It could be anyone in the Master Chief.
It's
armor.
going to be Master Chief.
Also,
We
Master
don't
Chief
know
has
that.
Master
Could
Chief
have killed
has,
Master Chief, and he's the just
his
pretending to
stuff.
be him.
It could
So it's a Metal Gear game, is what I'm saying.
Okay, good.
it could be Cortana. Master
Listening.
Chief could die, and Cortana could just take over the suit.
You think it's an empty suit?
That'd be a good.
How fucking dope would
twist.
that be?
Yes, and at the very end of the game, unsuited Master Chief shows up to save whatever the day
To
is.
fight Cortana in the Master Chief suit.
He
she's gone
he would
rampant.
die. He would die. Man would die.
Did
is
she
it the
not-
soldier or the suit that is the master?
Did she not turn like bad
Yeah.
at
She's
some
not
point?
Bad.
She's
just
fighting rampant.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's gone insane.
Deviancy.
Deviancy. Exactly.
Sorry.
Oh yeah.
But they showed this thing and like it had images from past Halo trailers. I swear that the fucking Elephant Graveyard from they remake the first part of the Halo 2 trailer basically in the first shot of that, and it really seemed like they're in Blood Gulch. It looks like like it's a weird mishmash. It is not Halo 6. I'm very
No.
convinced it is not the next main Halo game.
And I think you're right.
Or it is all the next main Halo
Exactly.
games.
Or maybe there is no next main Halo game, and this is the jumping off point for whatever's next.
So I realized after that Infinite is the name of the ship that it's the big ship in 5.
Yes.
The capital ship. It's the place where all the multiplayer takes place on, because it's like reconfiguring itself and has all the colored walls and stuff. So maybe this is like maybe there's a multiplayer thing.
Sure.
Maybe this is just like, oh, here's like a Master Chief Collection that works, and also I don't know what would make it different from the Master Chief Collection, I guess, in that sense. But I don't know what it is. I have no idea.
I got a real, and there's just nothing really to back this up at all other than my own speculation, but I got a real, like almost open world feel from it.
Yeah,
that it just seemed like massive and big.
Oh, shit, and it's called Infinite.
And yeah, that there was like
There's always a lighthouse.
Yeah, that maybe that's where, I don't know.
This is not a joke. Think it might be a battle royale thing, but because people have been like taking that so negatively and booing it on stage, maybe you just show it and don't say anything.
Yep.
And everyone's like, "Oh, Halo! Woo! I love Halo!" And then when it's like, "Oh, here's our preview of Halo 6 or whatever," everyone's gonna be like, "Wait, what? Wait, what? What is Infinite then? Wait, what? No, 100 Master what?" And by then it's too late. It's too late.
Phil Spencer said in an interview with the Giant Bomb guys that he was like, I mean, when people come up and say, and we don't announce Halo 6, and they say, "Are you guys making a Halo 6?" And I'm just kind of like, well, it's not like we laid off all the Halo guys.
Yeah.
Just because you didn't hear about it doesn't mean it's not like we put out Halo 5 and then laid everyone off.
We made that second game of the trilogy and then said, we're fine
Yeah.
there. No, of course they are. But
So
the question is Infinite 6?
Exactly.
It might be.
It
might.
I mean,
could not be.
they could all be working at the Halo Fitness Club, because the Konami guys are definitely not making Metal Gear
There you go.
6. So there's that.
They did say that it comes after 5, though, right?
Yep.
Didn't you say that?
Well, I saw that on a
they?
news deck on Giant Bomb. It was the trailer, and all it said on the deck was, "We know what happens after 5. That's all we know."
Oh. Well,
See,
now my extra have no idea what it is then.
Yeah.
That's what I find sort of interesting about this, is because it came, they showed it, and then they mentioned nothing about it. Yeah.
I forgot to mention in the EA conference for Madden, I think there was like a Madden champ came out with a glorious title around his shoulder. Yeah, and basically, I can't remember what they asked him, but they're like, "What's the secret to success?" And he's like, "Well, I had like high school graduation or whatever, but I decided to chase that money."
Yeah.
And-
There was a big tournament same day as my high school grad, and what did you do? I decided to chase that money.
Well, didn't he start by saying, "I played on my high school football team and got hurt"?
Yeah, arm injury or something.
So it's literally, hey, if you fail in real life,
Yeah.
just go
Chase that
come
money.
over here and get that money.
And then
All
the not champ fucking grabbed the title off his shoulder and just walked away with it. I was like, holy fuck.
His reign is done. It's
He's
time
lucky
for
that wasn't me.
next year.
Possession is 9/10.
I'd have hit him with that title. I get DQ'd. They announced not 1, not 2, but 3 Gears games. Gears 5, which looks good. Looks like more Gears.
Yeah.
I like the way the bat things are new. I don't know if they are the same, but
we
yeah.
should play that together because I'm 95% sure we played Gears 4 together.
I'm also 95%. We should check our achievements.
Yeah, there's just a small little slice where I'm like, who did I fucking play that campaign with? Matt also can't remember who he played the campaign with.
There you go.
And then they announced Gears Tactics, which is a grid-based PC. I think they said PC.
That seems like that'll be really cool for somebody who
yeah.
likes Gears and
XCOM.
XCOM.
Looks a lot like XCOM. And then they announced something called Gears Pop, which is a game where all the characters are Funko Pops. And I sort of turned off my brain because I just couldn't deal with the world anymore.
Yeah.
I have no idea what type of game it is. Does anyone know?
No, it's a Funko Pop.
I know
It was mobile, though, wasn't it? Didn't they say it was mobile?
It is a mobile game.
Is it mobile?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel a little less gross.
I
maybe.
feel like
Still
they're gonna
fucking
just like
stupid,
start
though. Yeah.
popping off with these pop games like the Lego one.
It's like so much stuff on your phone is like that kind of garbage that
Yeah.
it almost makes it feel like, oh yeah, on a phone. That's where that stuff lives.
Sure.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
sort of don't like Funko Pops.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people dig them. I don't
I don't
like
really
them
care.
at all.
I have no We have some wrestling.
Those
No,
are
those
not.
aren't even Funko.
Nope.
Pops.
Do you guys have an Undertaker one or something?
No,
Nope.
we have no.
I've
we
seen
have
an
no Funko
Undertaker.
Pops.
They showed a pre-rendered Cyberpunk 2077 trailer.
Fuck, that was cool.
That was some wrestling ass wrestling the way they revealed this. Where like Phil's like, "Hey, thanks everyone for watching our conference. That's gonna wrap it up." Like Bray
Oh,
Wyatt,
yeah, it was
fucking
Fuck the hackers are here.
Oh,
came
right,
on,
yeah,
it like
that's okay.
flickered. It's like,
and then he even like was like, "What's happening right now? Oh my god!" It was great.
Phil Spencer's the fucking best.
yeah, he honestly is.
That was a great trailer. I
Yeah,
really liked
that was a great trailer that shows you. Well, it doesn't show you nothing about the game. It shows you that the game is like a weird, like zany almost. It seemed in a way.
It's like a tonal piece.
Yeah.
No gameplay, but you kind of got an idea of the atmosphere that it's going to
Totally.
be putting
Yeah.
out there.
It seemed
yeah.
a little goofy, almost like Rage, where like, oh, these people are like exploding in their planes seats and stuff, and like
it's-
crazy mohawks.
I didn't get that. I got like, wow, this is a cool world, and I want to explore this world.
Yeah, it's tough to. It was a fine line between is this supposed to be zany or is there like really tragic shit going on right here?
Yeah.
Is this person exploding into fire supposed to be like, oh fuck, the things that'll happen to these cyberpunks, or will it be like, oh shit, that looks like some fucking real shit?
I totally thought it was like goofy, zany stuff, but then hearing again, so it's a first-person game. It turns out it's a first-person shooter. Hearing how the actual gameplay goes, no, that sounds like a real dark.
Real dark game.
Oh fuck! Does that game
Grimy, some cyber grime.
Yep, you are like a second-rate citizen in that game.
Somebody in the chat earlier, when we were recording this podcast, said that they supposedly showed an hour of gameplay
Oh, did they?
behind closed doors.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Wow.
yes,
Yeah,
and
So,
people are losing their mind.
loving
about
it.
Yeah,
yeah. I think
is
you
good.
play. I think you play as an EMT basically. It's like an ambulance attendant, or no, sorry, you meet some ambulance attendants, and the way they described them was like, basically someone gets hurt and you like, oh, I'm gonna carry this person to the ambulance. And then the ambulance gets there and the tents come out and they all have fucking assault rifles and they're like, put her on the ground and step back, and like immediately it sets that you're like, I'm the hero. What do you mean? I'm saving this lady. Like, no, you're a piece of shit. Everyone in this universe is a piece of shit. And that sounds really interesting.
Inconsequential to the game at all. What I wondered about the press conference, and this is maybe the wrestling reviewer in me looking at this, is if that like they came out at the start and said we got this many new releases and this many world premiere, blah blah blah. If those numbers matched up, that there was one left at the end, or if Cyberpunk was not of those numbers.
You think somebody was
so that it
counting
was a
along?
complete surprise of like, well, I guess that's all of them, fellas. Let's leave. Wait, what's happening?
Yeah. Oh, that was our 18 worlds and our 17. Yeah,
It's glitching.
I don't know.
I'd
What's
like to
happening?
think that they put some thought into that, but I don't.
I don't even think they had 50 at the press conference.
People?
No, releases.
Oh, it
They
was
count
close.
those indies as each one, though.
Yeah.
There's definitely
Yeah, there was a
50.
sizzle reel with a bunch
So I
of
was
like.
gonna say we
There was
have
at least 20 in that reel, I think.
we have 12 on here, but who's to say?
yeah.
Oh no, we don't. We got lots more.
They showed the Division 2 and gave it a gameplay demo, and yep, that game
Looks cool.
No, that looks exactly like the first. Go
which
play the
I
first
thought
game.
was cool.
How much of the first game did you play?
Few hours.
It was so
10
cool.
hours.
So cool. Less than me. I played like 10 hours. I'm almost 16. You said you didn't even get that far.
10 hours. I don't know.
What's the story of the Division?
Money illness.
Uh-huh.
There you go.
He's right.
Okay. It looks exact. It looks exactly the same. It looks like identical to a fucking T. Where even like some of the abilities they were showing looked the same. And that's a huge bummer. And they did
I
the
didn't
same.
get into the first one either.
Neither did I. They did the same. Like the three
was
of
cool.
us. They did the
believe
same.
That's all I
Like
say. That's all I gotta say. about
fake
that.
mic chatter thing where
Yes.
and they do a good job of like making this world seem full and lush just like the first one, but really it's people over their mics being like seeing a car in the street in the vision, being like, whoa, look at this car, clearly some shit, I can see the blood out the door and some shit happened here. Whereas when you're playing in the game, you're just fucking booking it past that car, stopping only to close the door on the way by.
Maybe it'd be more fun if we didn't do that. Maybe it'd be more fun if we just role played the fucking shit out of that game.
Let's RPL Andrew K's new song, RP all the time.
My takeaways from this was it did seem very similar. Slight few changes
In
in
Washington now.
abilities, new setting.
Yep.
Um,
Raids.
Can't fly.
Raids they announced were a big one.
didn't really do anything else for me.
No.
Can't fly. Don't want it if you can't fly.
No,
No.
I guess not.
Take my Destiny likes with flight.
They showed
Hold the sick money.
Devil May Cry 5. Not... So, it looks like DMC2. It's the characters from DMC, not Devil May Cry proper. But they're calling it Devil May Cry 5.
It's very confusing to me.
Which is fucking insane. So
Yeah.
there's Devil May Cry 1,
Right.
2, 3, 4.
Yes.
Then there's DMC, which is like
Which
reboot.
is the one I played.
Yes.
Yep.
Total reboot, different characters.
Yep.
Complete. It's in modern day, real world. And they showed Devil May Cry 5. Same.
Which looks like DMC.
Same. Yeah. It is one of the. It's Virgil from DMC. It is one of the characters from DMC.
So it is a sequel to DMC in that way.
Yes, but
Like
they're
the same
calling
characters
it,
as DMC.
but they're calling it Devil May Cry 5. Which is, so who knows? Maybe there'll be some weird like crossing of the universes or
What did you
something.
say? There was a 4 and then DMC.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Forehead Nero.
So this is the proper
and Dante.
numbered sequel. It's like worlds merging.
Yeah, or maybe their naming convention just got they realized when they, I don't know, maybe they're like, DMC's done. We gotta get back.
Yeah.
We get back to, we can't call it DMC 2. We get back to Devil May Cry.
They had an announcement at that press conference where they bought up like 4 new studios or whatever. These are becoming Microsoft studios.
Yeah, it was
one
2,
of them
I think.
was like 4.
No, there was 4.
Yeah.
Was there? Oh, sorry.
One of them was Ninja Theory.
Yep.
Is Ninja Theory doing this game?
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
What-
Yes. I think so. We'll fact check that.
Yeah,
I think so.
because they're the ones that did the DMC reboot.
I don't know. It's all mixed up in my head.
Yeah,
So much
I don't
video
know.
games
Yeah,
last week.
too much.
We'll fact check that right now.
I think that this is probably a great franchise, given the fact that they are making a 6th game. But I do not really care about Devil May Cry.
Yeah. I mean, there's 10 Dragon Warriors. You ever played Dragon Quest? Or no, 11? They announced a new one.
Those are probably great too. Then
Yeah.
76 Fallouts.
Yeah, that's true. They showed so they showed that Shadows Die Twice thing that we saw from. It is called Sekiro.
I don't remember this.
Because it got
looks-
overshadowed by the really good Samurai game.
It looks like Dark Souls. It looks like Neo. It looks a lot
yeah.
like Neo. I am over here
They're
entertaining
really
the
good
idea
looking.
that maybe it won't be just, and maybe like Bloodborne to Dark Souls, it'll be a little bit of a departure. You'll see some different systems. Oliver is an expert in all things Dark Souls and From Software, says it is an exact copy of Dark Souls, so why bother?
Yes.
Yes.
He just pushed his fucking his glasses
that
he
was-
doesn't wear up.
I thought that was like a Karnak thing where he was like looking into the psychic realm and being like, "Yes, can confirm."
So who knows what that is? It looks like Dark Souls. It looks like one of those games.
Well, can't I speculate?
Yeah.
That's my speculation.
Okay. I speculate you're wrong. I speculate the opposite of whatever you think and everything.
Yeah, okay. That's fair.
They showed Just Cause 4. Looks like another Just Cause game. It's got a cool. What do you call it? What do you call
Say
this thing?
exactly what you said
Yeah.
with a little more fucking pump.
I don't really like Just Cause.
It looks like
so-
another Just Cause game.
Did you like 3? 3 was
No,
kind of.
but I love 2.
People were cool on 3.
I love 2.
Yeah.
One bad game does not ruin a franchise.
Okay. Sorry. Let me try it again.
Actually, sorry. One less good than the 2.
They announced
Uh-huh.
a 4th Just Cause game.
And what does it look like?
A Just Cause game.
Yeah, you're at like a 6 there.
A Just Cause game?
No, it's
Okay,
confirmed.
Okay. Yeah. It's got a wingsuit. You are grapple hooking shit to shit. There's a cool storm, like what do you call a tornado, but like of water?
Spout,
A spout.
I think.
I think you're right.
Sounds much
You're
less
totally-
intimidating.
You fired it off fast enough that I
yeah.
believe it.
That doesn't sound devastating at all.
Aquacane.
Whoa. They showed Forza Horizon 4. It's in the UK. It's got
just another Forza.
looks like another Forza game.
Which looks very good.
I can speculate that it's probably just driving.
Yeah,
Yeah.
driving.
Probably racing, even.
A little bit of racing on there. Yep, absolutely. It's got weather, like dynamic weather seasons, which they were saying, I think it's on a week by, I think every 4 weeks. Every week is a season, maybe. So it's like,
every-
it's summer this week for everyone. Now it's spring, fall, winter. That schedule might not be exactly correct. And then they showed Dying Light 2.
Looks just like another Dying Light game.
Yeah, fucking A, it does. No, it looks like a Dying Light game and then some.
Sure.
They're billing like a real working ecosystem that all exists together and
2 drunk guys played Dying Light.
Yeah, wow. I for some reason can't remember that. I didn't play the first one all that
Very
much,
good.
but this new one looks pretty dope.
Yep, I will. I'm very excited for that. That might have been my announcement of Microsoft.
Yeah, no, that was the one.
Yep.
The parkour looks like parkour still. They showed Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Awesome.
Larry
Looks
did not
good.
get nearly fucked up enough for my taste.
No. But they showed you where she can.
Yeah, she'll get fucked
I
up.
watched
Down
it
the-
the same
down-
ways
down
you had,
the-
you were, where I'm like, I can die there. That's going to be really
yeah.
gruesome. I can't wait to jump off that.
Not to bang the joke over the head with, but it's fair to say that also looks just like another Tomb Raider game.
Yeah. All right. Here's a game that doesn't look like anything coming for it.
Huh?
Namco Bandai. Namco Bandai or Tecmo Koei.
Bankai Namco.
Bankai Namco.
Yeah.
Bandai Namco. Whatever the fucking company is, I'm pretty sure it's Namco. Announced Jump Force,
Okay.
which I think is a fighting game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. They showed. Who was it? I remember Goku,
Goku was there.
when I popped and was,
Was
like, oh,
One
what
Punch
is this?
Man there?
One Punch Man was there.
Naruto.
Naruto was in
Naruto
there.
was definitely there.
Goku and Frieza were in
Frieza
it.
were there.
They teased the Death Note.
Oh yeah,
Guy.
the big Death Note demon.
So I know
Willem Dafoe from Death Note
Is that who plays him?
in the live action
Oh,
movie that
neat.
nobody likes.
I know
except for me.
I know all the Dragon Ball Z characters.
Yep.
And then I literally know like the titular character in those
No-
other two franchises.
I know Naruto, and if I mouse over someone and the name says Boruto, I will laugh because I recognize that. But I don't know. Is it a fighting game? Is it a?
If it is a fighting game, there's no way that One Punch Man should ever lose.
Is it actually
Well,
his thing? Is
you
that he-
should go on the anime forums with that comment and see what happens.
I've seen videos of him versus Goku, and he kicked his ass.
Oh,
Kicked
not
his
well.
ass.
I've got some fan
Punched
fiction.
his
I'm
ass.
sorry. I've got some literature that I'm gonna give to you to read.
I was going to
tonight.
Bring
say,
it.
who drew
You
this
bring it.
cartoon?
So I don't know what I have no idea what that is, other than it's like Namco versus Namco. I get Namco versus Bandai, maybe. They showed Metro Exodus. Comes out February 22nd, right alongside Anthem and Days Gone.
Yeah, Crackdown.
Really?
I feel like Crackdown might be the 22nd.
Wow. They showed the Kingdom Hearts 3 Frozen trailer, which we saw 10 million times through this
Yeah,
conference.
they played it
There's
at
a lot.
every one. Eh?
Every single conference had a
Holy
Kingdom.
shit.
Literally every single conference except the Ubisoft trailer had.
You mean
and I guess-
Disney is trying to dominate
guess-
something?
and I guess
How
Bethesda.
weird is that?
Was it at
Sony?
EA?
Yeah, no, it wouldn't be at EA. So, I
So it
guess
was at 3,
EA and
right?
Bethesda. It was at Microsoft. It was at Sony. It was at Square Enix. Yeah, 3.
Yeah, 3.
You're-
No official release date for Crackdown, just says February.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Good.
It'll
So that way they gives them the freedom to be like, well, I guess we're not doing the 22nd.
it'll be the 22nd.
They're fucked.
Yeah, they showed.
They're like, we found a
it's
nice,
been
sparse month
No.
to drop this
coming out
game.
in February.
People are going to buy this game. There's nothing going on in February. They won't have a choice but to buy it.
Let's
What
make
else
it,
are they going to play?
Let's make it 2/22. That's a nice one.
That's right.
Yep.
Just pick a date. Just close your eyes and point at the calendar. Pick a
2/22.
date.
They showed some Cuphead DLC called The Delicious Last Course. New bosses, new items, weapons, and a new playable character, the Challenge Chalice.
Did you guys realize that the delicious last course is DLC?
I don't get it.
Fucking rights. That's fine. Keep rolling.
Battletoads returned, I guess.
Looks
That
like
was the weirdest one where they're
That
like,
was neat.
here's a title and nothing else.
And
me and Matt had to watch it like 3 times to fucking figure out that it was like Coach Co-op. People in the chat kept being like, it said it right on the trailer. We're like, oh, we're gonna go back and watch. I guess I missed it. And then we like start it, and our brains would just check out again.
it was like a weird, like self-aware, like here's a bunch of marketing words, and then they just throw like synergy and shit on screen. It was like a weird, self-aware trailer. And they're like, weird, non-committal, no release date, whatever, and like it wasn't a joke. It really was a like weird non-committal. They literally just said Battletoads return.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if you have nothing to say, you can either say nothing or you can make a joke about the fact you have nothing to say.
I might just say
When
nothing.
was the last Battletoads game?
Fucking
Hey
Like,
Siri,
like
Super
long,
Nintendo?
long time, right?
I am not qualified to answer that
Super
question.
Nintendo.
I would believe that there was a bad spin-off here, and they showed up in Killer Instinct.
1994, Battletoads Arcade.
Okay.
So that is 24 years, 5 probably by the time it comes out.
Time has never been better.
I just don't know why this was like, oh, you know what we should do? Even though we have nothing for it yet, or any gameplay, or
announce
anything
this.
other than a title, we should put Battletoads on our E3. That'll get the people fired up.
You know what it was? It was Phil Spencer being like, we only have 49.
Yeah.
It's a way better number.
Well, didn't he wear a Battletoads shirt last year or 1 year and was like, we're remaking it. Voodoo
You might
Vince
have.
and Battletoads or whatever. it is.
That one guy's like, yay.
Woo. They showed a skateboarding game, the spiritual successor to Skate, called Session.
Has anyone called it that except for us?
Session?
Yeah. Has anyone called it the spiritual successor?
I believe it was kickstarted from, I'm going to say a bunch of stuff I'm not sure about, from the folks who make Skate.
Okay.
Probably not true.
No, you're right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that
good?
That is right?
That's good enough for me.
I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
There was one of the post-show guys was saying that same thing. Too.
By those guys
Spiritual
wanted to make a
successor.
new thing, had
Yep.
to change the licensing.
Yep.
And it was a
but
Kickstarter thing, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
okay.
think you're absolutely right.
I just wanted to make sure that we weren't like, here is a skate game that isn't a Tony Hawk skate game. It is the spiritual successor to Skate,
Now,
therefore.
there's a very clear delineation.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Are you doing one foot with each stick, or are you doing button commands? Skate, you're doing a foot with each
Can
stick.
you shoot fireballs out of the front of your board, or can you not?
Is there a Hall of Meat? Probably not.
Is there a Wii balance board? Maybe not.
Fucking scan your skateboard in. They showed the Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit. That is a free, standalone, one episode. Did they say one episode thing?
One episode, yeah.
Yeah, kind of leading up to the next Life is Strange.
I don't know what it was about this trailer, but I really, really fucking liked this trailer.
Me too.
Yeah.
Like, it
As
was
a
how
kid.
it looked.
Yeah,
It
it's
was
a kid imagining, having fun.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
It was like
his
new-
fucking armor was appearing in a super, like, it reminded me of Galaxy. That game came out, which was all evoked from, like, old cartoons where it was, like, the armor, like, forming on his
Like
fucking
Voltron
body.
and
Yeah.
Power
Specifically,
Rangers
the
and
one
shit.
scene where he's trying to turn the TV on with his powers that may or may not be in his mind or not.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, what kid hasn't watched Star Wars as a kid and just
Exactly.
stood there and tried to like
Yeah.
manipulate shit?
Exactly. It was and then the moment at the end where he fucking does the pose and then it cuts back to him like not in the armor and he stays there just like 2 seconds longer than he should before he just puts his arm down and the trailer ends.
I loved what they showed too.
Yeah.
I really like Life is Strange. This looks like more but different Life is Strange.
The thing that I didn't like, and this isn't part of the Microsoft conference proper, but when you were watching the Twitch feed, they showed a lot of gameplay
Yeah.
for a game that is only
Yeah.
one episode. Where I'm like, you're giving us way too much, right? Like, I
like
had
a
to tune
whole
you
little-
off because I was like, I don't want to see any of this.
That's
It's
exactly
only,
what I said, too.
Was
Like,
that
you guys
for
are
Captain?
Yeah.
Captain...
Like, there's a
name?
full dialogue where he's talking to his dad about stuff, and
It's
it's showing you doing things and going about your day. And
It's funny that you say that because now that you say that, you're totally right. I think for some reason I did not think anything in that trailer was maybe the game. I thought maybe it was like a montage
this
that
isn't the
just
trailer
teed
either.
up the. Oh, it was an
this is the
actual.
post show when they were playing it.
Yeah,
right,
they were
we saw
talking to the developers and they were showing this stuff off in the
Gotcha.
background. And
Oh yeah.
But like, there was one
Holy.
big plot point that they revealed about his dad and his habits. And I'm like, well, that's going to be a big thing that maybe I kind of wish I didn't know before playing it. Glug glug. But yeah, anyway,
Man's a drunk.
Sunday, he can watch. He can have a few beers
Yeah,
watching
watch some
football.
football.
I like that. Or it was basketball or something,
it
wasn't it?
was basketball. You're right. Yeah.
Like, isn't it a little early to be drinking? It's like, aren't you like 8? Shut up.
Bitch, I'll kill you.
And they showed 2 new Sea of Thieves expansions, which I honestly have zero idea what's in them. I think I
Yeah,
might have
I-
even turned the thing off.
Did I tell you guys that I renewed my Game Pass because it was only $1?
I
They
saw that it's
gotcha.
$1, but I haven't renewed.
They got me.
No reason. What do you? What,
For
$1,
what are you-
that's good.
What are you playing?
Hey,
on it,
here,
though?
I fucking.
Yeah, whatever.
I thumbed my loony at the TV
Oh, to
screen.
be so wealthy as to just
Nah.
throw a dollar away.
I fucking checked my bit count for the month, and I was like, I can afford this.
How about a quick break here, fellas? I could use a pee, and we're pretty
You
close.
sort of glossed over
Halfway
Ori
through
and the
that.
Blind Forest.
Oh, I didn't
Anyone?
even write it down.
No, you
I'm
didn't.
sorry. Yeah,
That's okay.
Ori 2
Seemed cool.
which we saw at TGS. Paris TGS, I think we saw. I don't know. We've seen that. We've seen Ori
Yes.
2 trailer before. We saw a bigger one.
It looks cool.
It looks
Yeah,
very good.
that looks like a smooth running game.
Looks like he's got weapons now, changeable weapons.
Yeah. Did the other one run at 60? It looks like this new one runs at 60 frames, which it was looking good.
I do not remember, but it looked the first one looked fantastic, but
Yeah.
it might not have run at 60. But it was locked at 30 if it was.
Well, you would fucking hope so.
You would also be surprised how
Yeah.
often not.
What? I don't want to play games on console ever again. Let's go for a quick break, and then we'll come back and do Ubisoft, Square Enix, Sony, and a few emails. What do you say?
Good.
See you here on the side of this.
Go.
Musical break. I must pee. How's everything going in the chat? I've been keeping an eye on this stuff.
I will take a look.
You rowdy bunch of hosers.
Actually, I won't even have it
Uppities.
because I didn't have it open.
Oh, you can't call them uppities.
Why not? Oh. A man can be uppity.
Oh, you're gonna bait out a bad word, you know it. You're setting your own
No,
trap.
no, I know.
Setting my trap.
I'm aware. I also very much enjoyed, as much as we joked about the mic techniques, that both of you had your headphones on backwards, but me and Eads didn't. That was my favorite part.
I didn't even know they went on 2 ways.
Yep.
I always thought that
Cord
the
always on the left.
How come?
Oh, you got two.
double cord, and I have the
But
dot.
your thing
I
has an
also
L
have-
on it, so
I also have 2.
Does it?
yeah, I saw an L on there somewhere.
No way.
Where's my L?
I have. Oh, I see. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah.
Right there. I always thought the dot was my right. Huh.
This way?
I don't know.
Over
do you
here.
know-
See
how did you know
there's
this?
an L or something on one of them.
Oh, yeah, no, like this way. So I should have it.
Not that it matters, because we're not doing any surround sound. But
Yeah.
I originally only looked at this, not even seeing that you guys had 2 cords on yours too. So it's fine.
Who knew?
What's
What was
that?
your guys' favorite conference?
Sony, hands down.
Oliver's hair does look great.
It always looks great. We just couldn't tell before because we had the camera too fucking high.
Thanks, guys.
You ever seen The Grinch?
Yeah.
You know Mount Crumpet?
Yeah.
That's what your hair is, Mount Crumpet. It's got that little
Swoop.
bend to it.
Yeah.
When I was
like
in,
it's gotta, you gotta get it so it like comes out in front of you.
When I was in grade 10, faux hawks were the big new thing. And I went and got a
Well,
faux hawk.
best believe I had a faux hawk as
At
well.
yeah, me too. It was a good time. I went and got it at the it's the only time I ever went there, and it's not even there anymore. But in the Sherwood Park Mall, there was a barber shop like right in the mall, and I went and got my hair cut there. I'm like, yeah, give me a faux hawk. They're like, Italian guys. I'm like, what? And I'm like, a short little like mini mohawk. Oh, okay. So they did it, and then I left and I met my buddies for lunch, and they like immediately started laughing. I'm like, what? They left it so long that even gel couldn't hold it up, so it was like perfect. But it was like an inch too long, so it just like curled over on the side of my
Oh
head.
God.
So I had to go back to them and be like,
You
can
guys.
you fucking just chop off the top?
Hey,
Do they not
guys.
do it in front
Hey,
of a mirror?
paisan.
Like a
I
fucking
just
normal guy?
thought it was, I don't know, maybe I was just too afraid to call them out.
A couple inches off
But
the
then
top.
they laughed at me. I'm like, well, I gotta get this changed then, because I can't.
Can't get laughed
this.
at. I had a really good hairdresser the other day. She gave me a fucking real nice long scalp massage.
Rest your boobs on your shoulder.
You know?
Yeah.
I love a good haircut. The tinglies on the back of the neck.
Yeah, where do you go?
Well, nowhere anymore, but
Because you can't afford haircuts.
because I can't afford haircuts because I have no hair.
Advertising.
When I had hair, I used to go to a
Get a beard
place
trim.
right by George. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I'm gonna need them before too long. It's getting out of control.
I went
It's
to that
gray. It's
Tommy-
so fucking
You
gray.
know Tommy Guns?
Don't look at it.
I went to that Tommy Guns place. It was really good.
Yeah,
It's the way to go.
love it good.
Is that where you got your
haircut.
head shaved? Yeah, they're fucking real good.
I just love the feeling of clippers on a scalp.
Oh, just let them fucking rub your head.
That's the I need the trans vibrator. Is what I need.
Although you
I
may
suppose
suffer,
any vibrator really.
you may suffer the same consequence that I did in that I've never had my hair shampooed anywhere. When I went to Tommy Guns, they fucking
did.
got you in the chair, flip you around, they lean you back to do it, right? And there's a little divot in the sink for your head to fit, and my head's too big.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it started like leaking, and she's like, "Oh, it's so messy, so man." I'm like, "Sorry, my head's too big that I don't fit in and make the proper barrier for the fucking water
I
not
would
to
get
fall out."
stuck and like just fucking
I
have to
feel like-
grab me out the end.
Like, I feel like that might happen to a lot of people.
Yeah,
like,
it's
more
pretty
people than
small.
it should. Because
Yeah,
like
pretty
I have
small.
I have a smaller neck. Like I'm a fat guy, so I got a little bit of meat on there. But my entire frame is pretty slight in terms of my neck and hands and feet and shit. And even when I was putting it in there, I was like, this seems like a even kind of above average size neck.
Well, and I was
struggle.
also maybe a bit lower on the chair
Yeah.
because I didn't want to
I
put
guess
too
so,
much
yeah.
of my weight on the fucking
You
top
just
part
fucking
there.
take the whole thing to fucking you fall
Destroy
back.
it.
The sink fucking breaks
Yeah,
on top of you.
cracks.
Brother,
There's water
that is
fucking-
Oh, what a mess.
That was so
Not my
messy.
fault.
Lauren's feet are just.
That's a lot.
Rounding.
Oh, brother, you're
Yeah.
rich. If that happens, you're rich.
Yeah,
That's
it's
It's
true.
true.
Yeah.
Call my lawyer on the way down.
They give you free haircuts. So.
Yeah. Oh, for life.
It's fucking. It's a good haircut.
Yeah.
Yep.
I finally. It took me a long time to find a place.
Hmm.
After my one lady went insane.
It's too bad. She cut too much
I've
hair.
never had a place. I was just always Great Clips guy.
They say you cut hair.
You're a
long
good looking
enough.
bald man. I feel like you're spending too much time not bald since the first time I saw you bald. Yeah.
You should do it.
I
Do it.
couldn't.
I was gonna
Too
say
much work.
I like Buzzcut Warren. I think Buzzcut Warren is my favorite Warren.
Too much work. to
Too
do.
much
Warrens,
work?
all Warrens are beautiful.
Yes.
It is
To
a lot
keep
of
it
work.
shaved,
No, it's a
yeah.
lot. It's a lot of work.
I don't want to shave that shit
A
every day.
lot of work.
That's fair.
You can do it I do it like twice a week, which is honestly not enough. 3 times I'd say would be enough. I got a scar on the top of my head that has been like hurting
Is that
for
from
no
the
reason
fucking-
lately.
The doming that you gave yourself?
Yeah.
Is it like?
Yeah, like it's.
Let's see
like,
this scar.
I
Tilt
don't
it.
know if you can you still see it?
Did you get sun?
Oh, yeah.
You get sunburn a little? You're fucking red as shit. in
Oh
the
yeah,
top
I
of your
could. Yeah, I was out. I was playing Pokemon Go today.
The
Outside.
fuck?
I don't like just walking for the sake of walking. I need a reason to walk, so I'm like, oh,
Good health.
Yeah, just
But like,
Pokemon
if
Go.
I like, I need. Is there anything in the house I need? Almond milk.
I'm
Okay,
gonna run.
I'm gonna walk. It's
should
too
get that-
high impact on my
Yeah.
knees.
You should get that zombie. Oh, okay. Never mind.
No, it's too high impact.
A
For
zombie-
me.
that zombie thing's
runner.
neat.
Yeah, I
I
heard
bike.
about that.
I bike and I walk, and I do
Bike-
yoga.
Well, get a bike.
Biking's really good.
Get a bike and do
I
the
have a
zombie
bike.
thing.
Can you do it with that?
It's just gonna think that you're running really fast, but yeah, I don't see why not.
Oh no! Here comes up. You're
Those
safe.
fucking things. Yeah.
They're coming pretty. Oh, okay.
Fucking
You're
like
okay.
5 hard pedals, and they're like, yeah, slow her down. They're way behind you
and
now.
breathe. All right, let's come back and finish this show. What do you say?
I lie more times in a barber chair in half an hour than I probably do the rest of the year combined.
About what questions? Like,
Like
what? Give
just,
me an example.
We just fucking
anything they
lie.
ask.
Hey, what
Why
do
the
you
fuck?
do?
How'd you get your scar? Oh, like a fucking really cool way.
Yeah, helicopter accident.
Yeah, it was fucking
Save
crazy.
the lady. It was,
I
it
just
was
tell them
crazy.
no talking, no eye
I'll
contact,
talk
no
to 'em.
talking.
If you close your eyes, and they'll ask you like a question, you're like, yep, and just keep your eyes closed, they'll take the hint usually.
Oh no, man, it's fun. It's fucking fun
Another power
spinning
move.
these tails.
Close your eyes, and then they ask you a question.
It's cool that Tommy Gunsey got the TVs in the mirror.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
dope.
no, that's all right.
Watch a baseball game.
Dope.
Be like, I won't even know what's going on. I'll be like, oh, I can't talk. Montana is pitching.
Mike Holmes has a problem with these baseboard heaters.
Yeah.
I gotta catch this.
Ubisoft.
No, Ubisoft.
Yeah,
Nice.
softer every day, brother. Who hosted? I've blocked this from my mind. Was it?
Was there a celebrity
It
host?
No, right?
was the Panda.
Yeah, the Panda
Came out,
hosted. Yeah,
and,
okay,
yeah.
perfect. Yeah, it opened with that fucking Just Dance Panda, like.
Same as
There's
last
something
year.
weird about that
There's
costume.
something. It's fucking hypnotic in a way that is like it's triggering good sensors in my brain.
It's triggering something in
It's
me.
triggering. Dopamine is firing off when I see that Panda and his choreographed fucking
Yeah,
stuff.
it's a fucking great routine. I've come to appreciate that dance thing more and more every year. Like,
yeah.
man, these people are fucking incredible at this.
Ubisoft fucking hit home runs on this dumb bullshit.
Yeah.
If that's what you showed up for, then Ubisoft has got you covered.
They showed Just Dance. This is all out of order. They showed the Assassin's Creed trailer. Mm-hmm. What do we know? It's in 431 BC. It is before Origins. Somehow you are an assassin before the origins of the assassins.
Well, killing people has just been a thing
It's
that's
been an art long before it was a club.
yeah.
And I think between Brando and I and the fine folks in the chat, we figured out that the first Hidden Blade was used to kill Xerxes back in the...
Right around when this game happened.
Xerxes is probably somewhere in
Do they
Assassin's Creed
name
Odyssey.
Xerxes?
No,
Oh, okay.
but they talk about
They
the
name-
Peloponnesian War, which Xerxes is at the heart of.
They named Xerxes in the first.
Two.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That was Xerxes was named then.
In
Then he
Assassin's
was the
Creed
first person
2.
assassinated with a hidden blade.
Oh, really?
Da
By
Vinci.
name.
Da Vinci tells Ezio that, I
Yes.
think, right?
Yep.
Oh, crazy.
So-
You guys, that's deep.
It's not me. That
Wait.
was chat.
Oh, okay.
and
Yeah.
Warren sounds like he can confirm. So
Played a lot of those games.
Big ups to the folks who had Wikipedia open. Or who fucking are obsessed with Assassin's Creed like Warren is.
Not anymore, I'll tell you. I didn't even watch this fucking piece of shit.
You didn't like Origins?
No, I fucking
Really?
hated that game.
Wow,
Hate
yeah.
it.
tough. Yeah.
They fucked up the combat. The combat was the best part of that game.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now I gotta fucking
Yeah.
press bumpers. Fuck bumpers.
It's true. Fucking
I know
just
what you
tape,
mean.
Just
I'm
tape,
Yes.
behind you.
just
with
fucking
that,
tape him
too.
down.
Like I want to chain my shit. I
Yeah,
want to
no,
fuck
totally.
up. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
you
bring
know-
on 30 guards. You'll be dead in 10 seconds.
You want
I'm
to feel
a fucking
like
assassin.
when you get detected, you
Walk
don't want to have to
away.
run and like hide. You just want to okay, everyone, fucking make a circle
Yeah.
and let's do this. Step.
I hate fucking going to a place. I'm exploring. I go to a place. It's like, yep, you're not gonna be able to do anything because these guys are all too high level for you.
I'm
fuck you.
I'm busy
Fuck
fucking
you.
hiding in haystacks for half an hour.
Well, this
Sneaking
one,
mission.
This one's gonna be more of that, Warren.
It almost looks identical to me.
It looks like it's in the same engine, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Did they show?
It's a year later.
Did they show
Like-
like weapons and shit? Did we see like colored loot and all that? Or did we see those
Yeah,
systems?
yeah. Well, we saw the pause menu that looked a lot like it had slots for
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Okay,
yeah.
there is literally an eagle
The
on
tech
your shoulder
tree, the
that
tech tree looked very similar.
fucking flies up. Oh, they show the
Eagle
tech tree.
too?
Yeah,
Wow.
it looks very, very
Really?
similar. It's
That-
a
same,
yearly
same as Assassins. There's
yearly
Eagles
Assassin's
long
Creed.
before
Yeah.
the Creed.
You know, what can you do in a year? There are two
Before it was
characters.
a club.
There's a brother and a sister, and I guess their stories are separate, but it's like a Leon Claire thing where they are separate but they interweave.
Ah, you're spoiling the Sony conference with that one.
Oh, you spoiled!
yeah, I did. I actually did. Sorry.
planting the seed.
This I will. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I'll play this game. I really liked Origins.
Origin.
For the same reason, kind of that Warren didn't like it was that I had to be a little bit more assassin-y
Yeah.
than have like fucking. It's faster for you all to come to me, and I'll fucking leave you all in a pile.
Motor ring,
Yeah.
take a number.
Yeah, I'm here to kill your leader. Just all line up, please.
I like that.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
Like,
and just to clarify, that's not. I did do that sometimes, but I would still definitely get my assassin
Sure,
on too.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would go for those aerial kills and try and circumvent his guards and just kill who I was supposed to kill without
Exactly.
taking anybody.
like anything in Assassin's Creed, I would always try and go in sneaky, and then when things went bad,
Shit.
you
That's when
fucking
you
you
could-
fucking deal with it.
That's when you come the
But
murder machine.
Origins definitely made me pay for not sneaking well
Sure.
enough in a way that the other games didn't. And I love the other games too. Like I like the 2 trilogy were like my favorite games, except for maybe Black Flag. All of those games were like a
Wait,
lot of
what?
those games.
Sorry, what's the 2 trilogy?
Two, the Ezio
Brotherhood
trilogy.
and Revelations.
The
All the
Ezio.
Ezio stuff.
Oh, okay. Okay, sorry. You said then except for Black Flag, which never mind.
Also,
No.
And then
I'm with
except
you.
for Black Flag.
Gotcha.
There it
Black
is.
Flag was good.
Gotcha. Black Flag number 1.
But I think so.
Yeah.
But I do remember those like hidden blade combos where it was like once you killed one, it was like press X, kill the next guy.
It was literally
Yup,
the next
press
thing.
X, kill the
next,
next,
except
next.
he's next because
Yeah.
he's Italian.
Yeah, it was Luigi.
My-
Yeah.
no, next. That's Luigi. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
hook.
I want to play this because I liked Origins.
Hmm.
I don't want to play this because I just played Origins.
Yeah, I don't want to play it like
Is
when it comes out
did
because
they
it'd
give a
just be
release
too fresh.
for this?
I
Is it
No.
gonna be
Did they not?
this? It can't be this year, right?
I bet you it's holiday this year, November.
Did Origins come out in 2018?
October
No, it was
5th
last year.
release date. Actually,
October 5th. There we go.
wow, that's
Coming quick.
soon.
1 year.
Fantastic. Yeah.
That's too soon.
So I guess they're.
It is too soon.
We'll know next year for sure, but it seems like they're back to yearly Assassin's Creed, which is when I think Assassin's Creed is at its worst.
Because they didn't do that for the last one, right? Origins was
was
2
a-
Yeah, there
years
was a break.
removed.
Yeah, there was a break between
while.
Syndicate and
Yeah,
Origins.
3 years.
I think it was 2.
And then critically and publicly, it was viewed as a very good change.
Yes, a nice departure and a change of pace because
Yeah.
those games have become so they were like just rote and stale in a
Yeah,
way. That was
exactly.
Like,
And it felt like they were using the same combat for just game after game after game after game. And now
10 million of the like stay in the circle and follow the dude.
Yep,
And tail
missions,
him.
yeah.
I hate those. Yeah, yeah.
none of those in Origins.
It's because we all ran
all
the 1
fucking-
star.
We did 1 stars for all of them.
Beyond Good and Evil 2, they showed some gameplay which completely fucking amazed me. I did not believe this was a real video game. It sort of still doesn't look like it. But they showed Jade is in it. Evil Jade. This is a prequel. Jade's a bitch. She wants. I forget what her mission
Pig
is.
knows her already, though.
Yeah, because I think she's been. I think she's hunting them for some reason. I
Okay.
don't really know the
Hunting the
story behind
pirates?
it. Yeah, but yeah, she shows up and the pig says, oh, "Jade." I don't know what that. I don't know what that game is. That game is co-op multiplayer, like get in your ship, fly off the planet, No Man's Sky style, go to somewhere else in the universe, land in the city. That game, it's not a real game.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt wants you to come work for him.
Yeah,
As,
right.
JGL. What is his involvement?
Joe showed
I
up.
want some artists to
Did-
fucking paint some shit and make some spray paint and
Make some
graffiti
like,
up.
concept art, basically. Like, not actually concept art, but like...
Oh, like real assets,
yeah,
in-game
exactly.
shit.
Like, but I guess they are giving him concept art,
Yeah.
and then he makes it into a real thing.
I don't
should,
don't know how any of that works. It basically artists, please put content in our game. We will have some kind of a system where you submit it and we choose whatever and you will be paid for it.
We should put an MS Paint thing in there.
Yeah,
Yo,
TR.
here's our thing.
Our fucking logo, but like
Yeah.
redrawn. Brandon with all his cards in his
Submit
hand.
the picture.
Fucking cards.
I
I always forget about those.
never forget.
One day I'll become a cartoon.
So he didn't say it on stage, but I guess they will be compensated, or whoever submits will be compensated for their work. I've still seen a ton of outcry over this of like, Ubisoft's a big company. Ubisoft's doing all right. They can afford to really pay people to do this stuff, to hire and pay an artist.
That's people complaining about that?
Well, because the idea is, all right, Warren, there's going to be 100,000 of us are all going to submit a thing. I'm going to go work on my thing for 80 hours. You're going to work on your thing for 80 hours. We're all going to submit. 5 are going to get picked. The rest of us have all wasted our time, essentially. Whereas, if you're an artist working for Ubisoft, here's your salary. Like, draw what do what we need you to.
Yeah. You might also be doing a shitty job.
Yeah, totally. But it's like, and again, I'm not a developer. I don't do any of this stuff, so I don't know really where the delineation is between it's fine and suddenly it's not fine. But I totally understand. Like, just hire these people. Hire a few artists to make art for your game.
But I feel like it's not we need to do this. It's we think this is a cool idea to include people and have people be a part of our game.
It could be.
That's sort of how I see it.
But
too.
it all depends on
Like how-
what are they making, how much time is going in, how is
Sure.
it being used, how much are they getting compensated for.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff we don't know.
Yeah, it's so many unknowns.
How stoked are you that your name is on the back of that pamphlet for Dragon Age 2? That would be a similar thing to this. It'd be like,
Yeah,
see
totally.
that thing right there? I made that.
But if it was a thing of like, okay, everyone, QA test for 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, 5 months straight, and 5 of the 100 of you will get your name in the credits, and the rest of you will get told to fuck off.
It's kind of like open betas.
Not paid at all. It is.
Yeah.
It is like, and the argument against it is like, just fucking pay your, like, video game development is a shitty industry as it is. Just pay your artists.
Yeah, I know what you're saying with it's a big company.
Mm-hmm.
They can afford to pay these people, but big companies have big money spent on big things already, and a big company does not always have a big profit margin.
You could find another 50 grand somewhere to hire on an artist. Come on. You can find another 12 grand. What am I saying? Artists don't get paid shit.
Sure, to hire an artist, or you could do this and give a lot of people a chance to kind of get their name out there. Maybe they get hired by Ubisoft at some point because they're like, this guy's done like 4 things for us that are really fucking dope.
Or and like who even knows what the system is? Maybe it's a thing like Dota where you are designing the items and then people are buying cosmetics from you. So every time someone buys that cosmetic, you're getting a cut of that. No one knows.
The thing that I'm
Nobody knows.
interested in, and the thing that they have to be really cautious about, is that stuff that they do not take. They need to make sure that stuff, like, they're going to be getting thousands of ideas,
Yeah.
which are all ideas that if they don't take them, they can't use anything that looks anything like any of them.
I like
Yeah.
this. It's
Otherwise,
yeah, it's like having a bunch of chefs make food and then you're only going to pay for the one meal that you're going to taste every meal and then you're only going to pay for the one you like.
That sounds
and just
dope.
Fucking throw the other ones out. Dope for you, Ubisoft. Shitty for the chefs.
Dope for people playing it.
Sure, shitty for the
Everyone
chefs.
benefits from
Not the chefs don't benefit. The artists
but-
don't benefit.
But they're not. I guess they're wasting their time, but they're having a chance to get paid to do what they want to do.
Yeah, it's.
I legitimately don't get the counter.
There's a
argument
very
to this.
very strong line of thought that the industry needs to get away from stuff like that.
I see the positive side. Like what
It just
Warren's
seems like
outlining.
hey, we're doing this
Yeah.
contest.
But it's like-
you want to draw some
the
stuff,
cynicalness.
submit it, maybe you get in.
It's like radio stations having interns and being like, hey, one day maybe you'll get a job. And absolutely, one of you 40 interns will get a job at this station. The rest of you are never getting paid. The rest of you are never getting a job. Like, oh, you're networking. But it's very similar to that, except
It's freelance work.
you are... It is unpaid freelance work.
It is any freelance work can be unpaid if you don't do it well enough. If you don't do it as well as the next guy.
Yeah. I am more and more... While I don't completely understand the argument, obviously, I'm more and more falling on the side of, like, this system is very good for Ubisoft. Probably very good for the game.
And very good for a few people who are talented.
Yes, but bad. Could be very bad
I could
for
take
many.
a shit on a piece of paper,
Yep.
fold it up and send it to him and be
Yeah.
like, Matt, they didn't take it and I fucking spent time on that.
Well, that's the thing.
What if you spent
Like,
150
do a-
hours
do
making
a-
that shit, though?
But
right?
why are we worried about people wasting their time? That's what they want to be doing. They're designing stuff. Like I don't.
But they're
I don't
coming
see
into
what-
it as you're like, oh, I'm an artist. I need to make my money. This is my only chance. This is my chance to get in the industry.
Well, if they're expecting it to be guaranteed money, then that's their own problem. Like if they should know ahead of time, is this worthwhile spending my time on doing?
The way it's
am I
built,
going to be butthurt if I don't get picked? I just don't like. I don't.
You should be paid for your time. You should be paid for your time always. If you are producing assets for a game, you should always be paid
Yeah, I
for
see
that
what
time,
you're
even if the
saying.
stuff isn't
Yeah.
I
used.
see what you're saying.
It's
there,
not.
yeah.
You're not paid by the job.
Yeah, no, I
That's
get
how you
that.
get shitty work, right?
What
And
I
it
was
becomes
saying,
very easy to exploit. Also,
what I was saying, which we didn't really talk about, was that the thing you have to be careful of is if you get 1,000 or 10,000 or however many people submissions for this, you are not going to be able to use anything that looks anything close to like anything
Oh yeah.
that you
Yeah.
didn't pick, because
Unless-
there's going to be all of a sudden these thousands of
Hey, look, I
like,
designed
hey,
this thing.
that was my intellectual property. You robbed me like that. That's robbery.
oh yeah, there's a
Unless-
whole nother nightmare there too.
Yeah.
In the
Yep.
fine print, it says any submissions become our property. And
Oh, yeah.
that happens.
No, 100%.
Then,
100%.
then that's shitty.
Oh no,
Yeah.
100%.
Because
There
as
you
soon
go.
as you're taking that property,
Yeah.
then you should be paid.
They legally they will have to just take. They're like, the second you send this into us, it's ours. Like if we
Right.
just use it in like a stinger of like, here's our submission thing.
What if you use it in another video game?
Maybe they
Then
could.
you
They could.
should- You as the artist should be checking that contract over
They totally
to see
could.
if there's a clause that if you eventually use this, I need to get paid. Otherwise, then you shouldn't be submitting because you're just
But they're
stupid.
it's gonna be they have to
Yeah,
cover themselves
otherwise
in that way.
they
No,
run into
yeah,
that
totally.
problem
Just
that
like,
Brandon
Yeah.
was.
But I'm saying, me as the artist, if I'm submitting this,
yeah.
I need to know that if they do decide to use, if it becomes their property and they decide to use it somewhere down the line, that I get paid for
I'm
it.
sure that that's all in there. Don't get me wrong. I don't think Ubisoft's trying to pull a fast one on anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they use it, I'm sure they'll pay whatever they agree to. But the second you give them anything, you are signing over. They own that IP.
Sure.
That,
Yeah.
that thing you've
Which-
drawn is theirs forever to use however they want.
Yeah.
Even if they, it could be in promotional materials.
Has
Which
to be
that I
ours
don't
and
have.
other
Which
ways.
that I don't have much of a problem with, as long as it does open you up to a lot of cases where it's like, hey, I wasn't paid for this work I did, and they actually used it, and they're like, we didn't use it, we used something kind of like
Yeah,
it.
yeah. One of our
but-
artists saw and was inspired by it.
Sure,
And
yeah.
There's a lot of room for shitting. Just fucking pay some people to generate some assets for you. There are 10 million unemployed artists out there who want to work in video games. They don't want to be paid very much. Don't worry.
And for you, 10,000, consider this an audition.
Excuse me. They announced Raid through the Division 2 in this conference. Womp womp. They showed a trailer for Skull and Bones, which is the very Assassin's Creed ship combat looking game that is only ship combat.
We think.
We think, yeah. Actually, we saw a dude running
guy
on
was
an
walking
island.
around,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
we don't like. I'm not sure. That might just be like, get off your boat and go to the shop.
Yeah.
It's like a one like
Yeah, how much
5
is it?
feet by 20-foot path that you walk onto the shop, and then like maybe it's just like Sea of Thieves. Maybe there is walking, but you don't want to do it
Yeah.
because there's nothing to do when you're walking.
Yeah, I've no idea. It seems like every time you're playing, you are in the boat.
It's the boat.
Yeah. One person to a boat. It is so Assassin's Creed. You're turning the boat sideways and seeing your cannons things.
Mm-hmm.
They're different classes, different powers. It looks cool.
It does look cool. If you really like the boat
Yeah.
thing in Black Flag and you want a better version of that, because that does look like an upgrade.
Fleshed out, kind of.
Yeah.
They showed like some.
Fucking Davy Jones looks like he's out there somewhere.
Yeah, they showed a fucking ship just shooting straight up from the ocean. I love that. And they showed it's like, oh, these ships got to cooperate to take down this big one or whatever. So it'll kind of depend on like scope, price. They showed a For Honor expansion, China faction. China's still cool.
You got your dick into that a little bit this weekend.
Yeah, I got my dick in China a little bit this week. Into For Honor.
A woman's dead. That's just mean.
Okay, I meant the people, not the person. All right, the place, the culture. I have a lot of. I'm not going to say any of them. It's free. They got a free starter edition for the week here. So if you want to jump in that, I did. It's fun.
Oh yeah,
It's
I
fun.
forgot they announced that.
Yeah, it's still
get that
available.
still.
Available. Yeah, it's a fighting game. It's a fighting game, but it's slow enough, and the move sets are small enough that I can kind of wrap my head around it.
This is a more simplified fighting game.
Yeah, it's a fighting game for babies like me.
You can be a giant Viking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can be a fucking giant samurai man. I'm a samurai man because they had so many dope samurai games at E3 this year.
Feeling pirates and samurais this year.
Matthew Weebs, they call me. They showed Star Fox in the Toys to Life game, Starlink Battle.
Is it Toys to Life?
It looks
So-
like Toys to Life, yeah.
There's a ship that sits on top of your fucking controller. Have you seen? Did you watch this one with me, OJ? Did you see the videos?
I was
I
watching
watched
from
this
work.
with you.
It is a huge
little
ship.
bit.
It
No
is a
sound.
huge ship. It is bigger. It is as big as the controller. It is
It
like
looks like just pure hell to have that on your controller.
it is literally the size of the DualShock 4, and it, in some ways, like straps onto. It looks like it might plug into the audio port. It's really not clear how it connects, if it connects. And they are like, oh no, I need missiles, so I'm gonna physically, in real life, take the pieces, my turrets off my ship, and put the missile launchers on. And now in the game, I got missiles.
It's fucking stupid.
And they didn't talk about the
didn't see this
toys
part.
or how much
Now,
they
whenever
cost.
that wasn't on screen, the big fucking ship on your controller, whenever
So
they got rid of
fucking
that
stupid.
and just showed the gameplay, this looks pretty cool. This looks okay.
A little like space adventure thing. It's got Star Fox with and Star Wolf, I believe. So that's something.
They're in a lot of games coming out.
Yeah, that's very true. Trials Rising was revealed. That's a new Trials game.
I'll buy that.
Yeah.
I'll buy that day one.
The presentation had a man go up on stage and then stumble and trip and fall through a podium and smash a TV. And
Shades of the Shockmaster.
it was so, his fucking shtick was like, as people are sweeping up the TV debris, he is like, oh, sorry. As he's
My
like,
bad.
So Trials will be out. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Be out this year. And again, I'm really sorry about the TV. And it actually was pretty good because he sold.
And then
he sold
even
that TV
after
well.
he stopped apologizing, you just see him like mid looking at the prompter, like look kind of out of the corner of his eye at what like how the cleanup's going.
And actually, he introduced himself as the King of Finland, I think, or the King of Sweden, or something.
Yeah.
He's like,
Premier
I am the
of
Prime Minister of
of
Sweden, or something.
Finland, I think. Yeah.
And he was like, okay, yep, probably.
I really like these games. I will not spend money on them though, ever.
They'll always be free.
Yeah,
Yeah, they always
exactly.
come
Eventually, they
free.
inevitably become free.
I'll probably get it when it comes out.
If I see
I
one
will
other
pay
person
money.
on there, I'll probably
Yeah,
get there too. Wasn't crazy about what was the last one? Fusion. Wasn't crazy about Fusion, but I love the other
Maybe
two.
one of their weakest ones,
Yeah.
but I still liked it.
Some Donkey Kong DLC from Mario plus Rabbids. Donkey Kong Rabbids, Cranky Kong Rabbid, Diddy Kong Rabbid, Rabbid.
They used the DK Rat. That was cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they had like a live.
Live band.
Yeah.
The Rabbit was doing the
Did a little DK
DJ
Rabbid.
thing.
I think they went through. They might have went through a bunch of Donkey Kong songs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like a
Yeah.
medley.
Some of that sort of missed on me. Elijah Wood was there. He's a very. I always forget how short he is. He's a very very short man.
How can you forget
How
how,
can you
short
forget?
he is?
Yeah.
He's known as being a hobbit.
Some of the hobbits must be tall. How tall is John Rhys Davies? John Rhys Davies is shorter than the hobbits in the movie, and I feel like he's like 6'3"
He's a very
in
tall
real
man,
life.
Yeah, that's fair.
So what's up now?
But all the hobbits are like legitimately short.
Okay, well there you go.
Now you will.
Like in
Cute, I would call him. Elijah Wood, cute.
kayfabe. No, I think he's like looks like a dark elf,
Does he?
pointy
No
in an
way.
unsettling way.
Nah.
And like
He's
he
a-
has those eyes, like those crazy eyes when
just because they're like hauntingly
like
blue.
when Bilbo went like
Oh yeah, you're right.
yeah.
Yeah, that's all I can see.
No, that's all I can. Their VR,
Disgusting.
His VR
That's the
game.
word.
I don't know how he owns the company and is making a game. They have a VR thing called Transference, which got a trailer and a release window. It looks
It's
like
a movie company.
Yeah, well, movie.
I feel like-
multimedia
Yeah.
was kind of how he built it, and this is their first foray into games. It got a trailer. It looks. I'm way into it. It looks weird.
I still don't know what
horror.
it is. Yeah.
Neither do I.
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm guessing that a dad is trying to like transfer the conscience of his dying son into a machine or
Sure,
something.
yeah.
Based on that trailer.
It looks like the game that I've been waiting for them to come out because you can only play it with a VR headset.
It's
which
also
I
coming
know,
to.
I know it's not only on a VR headset,
That was
but
the end of that announcement.
You can only play it on a VR headset.
Also coming to classic consoles. Like
Super
the PlayStation
Nintendo.
4, yeah. Crew 2 open beta. I don't think anyone here cares too much about that. Just Dance we talked about, Panda Returned. Square Enix, I don't have a lot to say. It was a very short press conference. They showed a new IP, Babylon's Fall. Was that the Platinum one? That was the Platinum one.
Yeah.
Which was like the scrolling pictures, and it said the word Gaia a bunch, and was like a
Yeah.
timeline.
Kind of look. Did you say it looked Dark Soulsy?
Yeah. Oh, hang on. This is Sony. Where's my... Right there.
Well,
Out sometime in 2019, they showed The Quiet Man.
yeah.
Which
I thought
is-
that was kind of neat.
Yeah.
Only in concept. We didn't see a whole lot of gameplay.
He's like mute.
And deaf, maybe?
Deaf for sure.
I liked watching you watch it. So you're like, no, he's listening. He can't hear. He's listening to music. That's why he tapped his.
He's got his headphones in.
Like, obviously, he's deaf.
I had the same moment with
You and I
Yeah.
are on the same page for sure.
Or like, have you ever met a deaf man, Matt? They don't just just because you can't hear something.
When your fellow broadcasters buy into the gimmick. Protect the business. Yeah, I don't know. I wrote down deaf superhero punch dudes. So
Looks
yep,
kind of cool.
he sure did. Yeah,
Is he a superhero?
well, I mean, he's like fighting crime. It looked like, or did they fuck with him? I can't remember the trailer one.
They
They were
fucked
doing
with him.
something. I think
They were
Someone cornered them
approaching
in an
him.
alley.
Yeah.
I thought they were doing like something bad. And
It seemed like he
walked
maybe
up.
instigate. That was a dead end alley that he was going down.
what
He
are
was
you-
looking for trouble.
If he had a voice, he'd be like, "What are you fuckers doing?"
He might have a voice. We don't know
He
the
might have a voice.
dispute.
He's called the Quiet Man, so he probably.
This one was weird because they, like, I'm looking through the list of things that they talked about, and why didn't they just, like, I don't know, why did they decide to have their own thing? Right? Because all, like, Kingdom Hearts showed up.
For Quiet Man, you mean?
No, sorry, I'm just talking about the conference in general. Because it was only, like, half an hour.
Yeah.
It was very tight. It was very tight.
Yeah, and then all their shit was on, well, most of their shit was on other shows anyways.
Yeah, maybe that's why they felt it could be so short. Those are the only
I
things I
guess.
pulled
It's all
from it.
prepackaged and everything.
Yeah, they had some Kingdom Hearts. They had
Yeah.
some.
It was the same. This one was the same Kingdom Hearts, right? We got the different
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts at Sony.
At the PlayStation one, the Jack Sparrow.
They had
one.
something called Damon X Machina. Is this the right conference? No, that's Nintendo. Never mind. No, I think that might have been it.
Yeah, those are the only two things.
There's a lot of stuff from Square Enix Japan that I feel like we didn't talk about here,
Could be.
but
might have
I
just-
also didn't
might have
care
just not
about.
pulled no-
Yeah.
yeah, it could just be something
There was
that I'm.
a lot of like offshoots of Final Fantasy that they were talking about. Final Fantasy Cross, fucking Monster Hunter or some bullshit. And,
Final Fantasy Online is getting like a bunch of Monster Hunter content.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, man. Wasn't there another cross game though?
Yeah, there was. There was
was
a few
two cross games.
I feel like there was more
I
than
think there
two
was-
things
there
at
was
this
one,
conference.
There was one in Nintendo.
But it was a lot of stuff me and Matt did not care about.
Sony.
And thus, we will tell you that you should not care about them, and we will not talk about them on the podcast.
I mean, you
To
know
the
what
bank.
you like. If I don't even know what would have been there. If Final Fantasy 14 is your jam, Stormblood expansion, Monster Hunter content, you know how to find. Give it a quick bing it real
Yeah.
fast.
Bin.
We were literally using Bing when we were watching because Kevin
Yeah,
lives
this is
in the
what he
20s,
has.
the 1920s.
It's the world's leader in search engines.
It's great for porn. Sony showed us
Everything.
four games and then a lot more games. The four big ones: Last of Us 2, Last of Us Part 2.
we talk
What a-
about, as part of this,
Hmm.
the whole setup for that presentation.
Yeah,
Which-
I love that.
Which, as much as there was some real pacing issues coming out of this,
Yeah.
that moment when they went from when I was like, "This is a fucking
I
weird
love
room
this.
to do
Yeah,
this
why
in,"
are they in this church?
and then the minute that the fucking it flips over, I was just like,
Yeah.
"Oh, that was
I
dope."
fucking love that too. That was a really good detail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they set it in the room that the game. They built the room from the game in real life.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they set it there, and then they had like a documentary about how they built the room at the end, which was actually really cool.
Yeah,
watch
like
that.
them constructing
Set up and tear down.
yeah.
Last of Us Part 2 looks fucking dope.
Uh-huh.
Has
Holy.
the most realistic video game kiss I think I've ever seen in my life, hands down, bar
pretty
none. Video game kisses are bad.
Yep.
That one was good.
Sounded like a kiss.
It was. It did. It was like real in all the gross and amazing
yeah.
ways.
Yeah.
It was
Smacking.
perfect. And they, I forgot how like gory, especially on their
Yeah.
trailers. Like The Last of Us One did the same
Real
thing. Of like,
nasty.
oh my
Yeah.
god.
The fucking and like the trailers are always the best. Naughty Dog does this as good as
Yeah.
anybody. Is picks like a well controlled part of the game that they have clearly run through a few times and know where everything's gonna go and how
Yeah.
everything's gonna turn out.
Okay,
They probably
if I
can
hit
close
a-
their eyes and do the buttons. in
Hit a
there.
guy here, I know he's gonna fall against the car in a way that's
Exactly.
gonna look real good.
But I thought they did like a really good job of showing off that like the way the combat. It was that God of War style thing where you could tell like the button prompts were there but they weren't there, where you're dodging in such a way where it's like I'm dodging but it looks like a cutscene dodge.
Yeah.
like it.
I can't tell if this is gameplay
Exactly.
or if I
I
am
had
pressing
to-
the button and making it happen.
I had
Right.
to ask Brando because I have not played God of War yet, so I was like, this was like it was all kind of a cutscene, right? Like except for the crawling part, and he's like, no, like that's like when she caught or when the dude somebody caught a weapon at some point.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, that seemed kind of cutscene-y, but the way that you explained it, how they kind of are now threading cutscene into combat, I think
Yeah.
that's fucking dope as
And,
shit.
Yeah.
and I told them, I was like, they really started doing it in God of War in a way where I started really noticing it, where it's just like, I'm like, this is a cutscene, right? But you're punching me, and I clearly should be hitting the like block button, and and then you start blocking, and I'm like, okay, I need to remember that I'm almost playing these cutscenes in a QuickTime event without button prompt kind of way.
Yeah. It looks so good, like visually and thematically, and like it's always the attention to detail. The way like, oh my god, when that lady died, like the way the arrows cascade out of her quiver.
When she pulled that arrow out of that dead guy too.
Oh yeah.
And so there's some real fucking violence in this one. Still not my biggest. There was a moment in the Sony conference where I actually had to like close my eyes and
Yeah,
fucking.
it's still coming.
Oh god.
It's still coming.
I will say my biggest takeaway from this, and I've told Brando this already, was and call me a mark on this one, but I don't feel like I'm alone in saying this. That ever since I started playing video games as a kid, and your parents would come in the room and NHL 06, it looks so realistic, blah blah blah. Can't tell. I've always waited for the day that I look at a video game and I can't tell if it's a live action or a video game. And when they were dancing, there was a good 10 seconds where I flipped back and forth, and I was like, is this real?
this
I can't tell.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've ever even come close to that.
Yeah.
And I was convinced it was real for a short stint, where I'm like, okay, well, then this is the game.
getting there.
So good, man. Have you played the
We're
first
getting
Last of Us?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Only once. I need to play it again. I have not played the remastered, which is on my list of games that I'm going to play on Brando's PlayStation.
You, I believe, have played the remastered, haven't you?
Nope.
We had
I've
this
only
argument
played it
actually, and I
once.
think you were right.
Yep.
I was going to say, I thought you played my remastered, but you played my not
Yeah.
remastered.
PS3.
Naughty Dog are like masters at what they do,
Yeah.
and like
They
get-
might be my favorite game company right
I
now.
They
think
they
so,
get the
yeah.
Sony. They there's a couple companies that just get the magic, and
Yep.
it's who makes, is this still Santa Monica Studios makes God of War?
yeah, yeah.
It's Santa Monica, it's Naughty Dog, and apparently it's Sucker Punch. And they
Yeah.
just fucking
Sucker
all
Punch
the
got
particles.
something.
You want some particles in your game? Here you go, son.
But
Speaking of Sucker Punch, they showed Ghost of Tsushima, which is a samurai game. Which, holy fucking shit,
That
am
looks
I
so
marking out
dope.
over that trailer so much?
Yeah. Yeah.
The fucking fight in front of the sunset. I was just watching
and
like
the leaves, dude.
everything, man.
Holy.
Grass. Like,
Yeah.
fucking
That
incredible.
game opens with like, I assume the protagonist stumbling up upon, I don't know, 3 or 4 enemy samurai, Ronin, whatever they are, and doing the traditional like, okay, I'm gonna pull my sword out and like get into position, and I'm just gonna fucking stand here stock still, and you're gonna do the same, and then we're all gonna move, and then we're gonna stop, and 3 of us are gonna fall dead. I'm like, fuck yes! It's so good. He fucking stabs the guy through that paper wall.
oh, that was dope.
They have that fight at the end with the leaves on fire and blowing. Oh my god,
Yeah.
man!
Yeah.
Dope.
It looks
That was
looks
like-
open world in a way that I totally didn't expect.
I didn't know that I wanted a good samurai game until I started watching this, and
They
then I'm like,
fucking-
"Fuck! I want to play that yesterday."
Yeah.
Like it looks so good.
Yeah.
The game was very like stunning to see, and like wow,
Very strong for showing.
wow,
Yeah.
yeah.
No HUD in that trailer, so I hope that you can make that happen in game. Like God of War, you can turn all the HUD off if you want. I hope you can do that in Ghost. They have since confirmed there will be Japanese voice tracks if anyone wants to play Japanese with subtitles, which I might
might be
do
the way to
that.
go,
Yeah.
yeah.
Someone who plays Metro in Russian. What else? Well, let's do the other big 4. Spider-Man.
I fucking so they released after this they released like a 20-minute or something
Gameplay,
gameplay where
yeah.
you're swinging around the city. So I want to watch that. That was everything I wanted.
Yeah.
To see mechanically the swinging and everything and getting around the city. But that trailer they showed at the Sony press conference with that whole big fight, again, probably very choreographed, very well done.
Yeah.
That-
that's probably that's probably in the game. It's like a
Oh
like
no,
a
no, I don't.
cutscene from the
but,
game.
like Last of Us 2 is in the game.
Oh,
It was-
yeah,
it
I
was
see what
this-
you mean.
It was a slice of gameplay
Yeah.
that there wasn't a whole lot of random factors that were probably
Yeah.
coming in,
Yeah.
and the guy who was demoing it was very familiar with it, so he could make it look as dope as he wanted. And watching that whole thing, that might have actually been my favorite part of E3. That Spider-Man bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, the everything from
the Sinister Six, or
Yeah.
or not the Sinister Six, apparently busting out. It was
Yeah.
the breaking out of Arkham, basically. Like,
exactly. It was very much.
we
like
got to let all
breaking
the
out-
villains out so that we got a reason to track them down over this game.
And then that fucking new enemy who looked like a fucking
Mr. Negative.
I know. I was like, you look so dope.
I know. I fucking love his design.
Yeah. I liked a lot of like Sony had higher highs than I think any press conference did.
Oh, yeah.
And I think like it wasn't until like after I sat back and thought about it where I was like, fuck, I want to play that Spider-Man game. Fuck, moving around in that
these
Spider-Man game seems real dope.
It's and there are more games to go through, but it's very, very hard if someone's like, I don't have a console, what should I get? A PS4 or an Xbox? Like, why would you get an Xbox? Look at these
Yeah.
fucking PS4 exclusives. They have been amazing, and they're going to be. They look like they're going to be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And the other big four, the deep dive, we saw with Death Stranding,
Mm-hmm.
which, listen, Kojima-san knew that we were getting too close to the truth.
Yep.
He knew that
Yeah,
we were
he had
seeing
to
it was
swerve us.
MGS0,
Swerved us, yep.
so he had to swerve us. No, I don't know. They showed Sam, aka Norman Reedus, literally just walking across. Like he's a delivery man, I guess, in whatever.
But what kind of delivery?
I don't know, of souls. I have
Of
no
babies?
I have
Child
no
delivery.
idea.
Yeah.
He's a nurse.
He's a porter, and they just showed him like walking across terrain.
Climbed up some steep mountains.
Yeah, ever increasing size of packages on his back.
There's big.
I don't know,
fucking-
man.
I don't know either. There's something that
I
looked like
don't
a fridge
know.
that he had strapped to him for a while.
Yeah, different.
The big
He had a
fridge.
body. He literally had a body on his back one time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did.
That's the boss's body.
I just think, apart from the other three that they showed at this press conference, I would have been way more into it because it did look cool. It does, and that was actual gameplay. Fucked if I know what that game is all about.
I'm
Right.
telling you, man, this is the hour and a half gameplay demo of Metal Gear 2 where it was just Snake. Everyone thought you played as Snake. He made a bunch of fake game parts where you did play Snake. It's,
Like what have we seen anything that's actually in that game yet? You
No.
never know
No.
with him.
Oh.
Yeah.
no, I
And I came out of it not knowing what the fuck it is still, and I think
No.
you're not supposed to.
you're,
Also
you're
looked
definitely
beautiful.
not.
But it didn't make me any more excited for it.
I'm
In
with,
fact, it may have done the exact opposite, where I'm kind of like,
I'm sort of with you
as
guys
of
at
right
this
now,
point.
I don't really care about it.
Just go, Kojima, just go to blackout mode and like release it.
The
Like,
problem
you're
is
sort
he
of-
could do continuously worse trailers leading all the way up to release, and all that would do is make me think he's fucking up to something.
I never trust them.
Warren, you're pretty apart from the whole Metal Gear hysteria that the three of
Very.
us enjoy.
Outside of you guys talking about it,
What
that's
are
all I know.
what are your impressions of this game? Like, like, tell me what you're thinking about this game.
I think it's just it's fucked. Like it just looks fucked.
Is it
It's
intriguing at all? Is it like okay, let's
Like weird for the sake of weird. Do you watch Lost?
intriguing in that.
It's the one I keep
no,
going back to.
No. But
Weird for the
I
sake of
see what
weird,
you're saying.
you know?
Yeah. Where there's like
no
a,
logic. You're looking for logic. There isn't any.
Clearly, in my opinion, they are setting this game up to have some sort of a big reveal moment. That's the feeling I got from it. Like kind of like a BioShock moment of like, oh shit.
Yeah, there's got to be a shoe to drop.
But I'm not overly excited to get in and play it and find that moment.
Yeah.
Like I will probably wait until other people play this before I even think about it.
and that's where I think he's losing it, or Hideo Kojima's sort of losing it because he could interest new people to his like cause, so to speak. Like he could start.
Cause.
God.
Sorry. So I can't help myself.
He
I
could-
literally can't.
You like pointed it to like stop talking so I can say this.
He could be doing the thing to new people.
You could be doing this.
Not the crazies.
pull the rope.
yeah,
in.
not the crazies.
Not the crazies,
Yeah, you
but
gotta
he
rope that
could
one.
be
Need all three ropes.
starting to interest new people if he just fucking shows something.
But maybe he doesn't give a shit.
But maybe the way you rope new people
Yeah.
in is you put your game out and then people like us play it and fucking lose our shit for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And then that gets people like, will be like,
Well,
no,
and
this
there's-
game is crazy.
I think there's a certain way of building up to a game that is brand new, that is not, as far as we know, is not a sequel to anything. It's not tied into any other world. That there's this mystery around it, where
Yeah.
it's like, I don't know what the fuck this is. It seems pretty crazy. He's got a baby with him.
Yep.
And it's the dude from Walking Dead. So hey, cool,
And,
Part of
and actors from that you recognize.
real people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't know if he knows how to do a normal trailer.
Maybe.
Like I don't know if he knows how to do it or if he thinks it. Like if someone said, "Okay, it's E3 is coming up. We want to maybe show the beginning of the game so we can kind of set the scene and then show some gameplay."
Yeah, I feel like he
And
just
if he's
shuts them up right then and
he's
just hands them a
"You
tape."
Stop! You stop! It's done.
Yeah, literally
I'm
just
done."
hands him a tape. It doesn't
Yeah.
even look. It just keeps writing. Keeps writing on his desk. They take it and he walks
I
out.
think on the outside looking in, if I can relate it to something, he's kind of like, what's the dude's name? The creator guy.
Hideo
Hideo
Kojima.
Kojima.
He's kind of like the Quentin Tarantino of the video game world,
Yeah.
where you know he's going to do some fucked up shit, but you don't know what exactly to expect from that
He's-
fucked up shit.
He's like Tarantino. He's like Dusk Till Dawn Tarantino. He's Tarantino pre like his name's on literally everything.
Yes.
We're getting there.
Yep.
That'll be after Death Stranding.
I recognize how overbearing we could be about Metal Gear, and you guys have to admit that.
Us? What? No.
And I
Snake Eater.
and I can recognize how people would be off put by that. Like, even if this game turns out to be really good, like Kevin's gonna be like, no, this is just fucking more of your guys' Metal Gear bullshit. And because I hate Metal Gear, I'm
weird.
actively gonna be like,
Doesn't it suck when people just like know a game based solely on like, oh, it's a franchise that I
yes,
don't.
yes, it does. But I mean,
Yeah.
like, I realize that's a real thing. Mm-hmm. So
It's infuriating.
It's moving-
especially in like maybe like a
it's
game
working-
of the year setting
it's
where it's
working
like I think
against him.
Zelda's pretty good.
in a way, and like it's unfortunate.
Weekly mention of that. Check that one off.
Never forget.
Check
Never
that
forget.
box. That's all I got to say about that. And
We had to
I-
start the podcast and splice that in because Matt forgot and then wouldn't post it. We're not leaving this podcast
Oh,
room
shit,
until
yeah.
I get to make my not leaving this podcast.
I put it right on the end of the notes and forgot to do it when it was appropriate.
All kayfabe aside for a second, let me ask you a question as a non-Metal Gear Solid fan.
Sure.
In a world where this game comes out and
a
it
world.
is revealed to be somehow involved in the Metal Gear,
Ethos.
Yes.
is that something that you guys want?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It could be the shittiest game in the world, and I'd still be
Yeah.
like, "Fuck,
Yeah.
fuck."
yeah.
That's
Even if
dope.
it was like you play this whole big game and it's great and it's a great game by itself, and then the last 5 minutes at the end is like,
Yep.
hey,
Oh,
this
that'd
has
be
all
even
been
better.
a fucking...
That's
You
what
just described my perfect game.
that is
What
what
did
I'm
you-
expecting and what I'm hoping for.
What did you say about Solo? You're like, I paid. If I paid $12
Oh, yeah.
for the shoe to drop,
Yeah.
everything else was gravy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If I buy that game
Sure.
for $80 and the moment is just like, you were right, it's a Metal Gear
Yeah.
game,
Yep.
then everything else leading up to that moment is just like, I got to play all that great game and I got what I wanted.
It can't happen, though.
I don't think it can either. Well, I could.
Because
Yeah.
me playing that game and then that happens, I'd probably be like, I don't... What?
Then, you
I don't
play,
get
then
it.
you play all 5
fuck is
Metal
this?
Gears.
It would have to be small and subtle enough in a way that it would just be like, oh, I wonder what that means.
I want it to be
It
like
wouldn't be
big,
like-
Sure.
and I want it to be the last thing that's happening where it's like they say the thing that ties it all together, and then it's like this like, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, and it just goes black Death Stranding.
No.
Or black Metal Gear Zero.
He does what he needs to do, and then at the end, there's just a box on the ground.
Daryl
Sure.
says, I'm no hero.
Yeah.
Kept you waiting.
Or there's a person eating a snake at the
It's going to be someone, yeah, it's going to be them at the end, and the baby gets delivered, and they're going to be like, what should we name him? And they're going to be like,
snake.
Ocelot.
and you're just like,
If Mads ever says pretty good at any point in any of the materials leading up to this game, I'm
Yeah.
buying bought back in 10,000%. They showed a game from Remedy, who the folks who brought you Alan Wake. I fucking love Alan Wake. A game called Control, which to me looks like PsyOps. It is a lady.
Is that the one with the...
The breathing gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lady who looks like she has super, like, telekinetic abilities, just fucking floating down a hallway, like, throwing boxes at guards and firing guards off of railings. And
she looks like a boss that I wouldn't want to fight in a different video game. Yeah.
but she looks fun as hell to play as. And the PsyOps is great, and this looks great. And Remedy is fucking weird in all the ways I love. They showed Neo 2. Just a quick little, hey, Neo 2 exists. We saw...
I'm not going to get that.
No?
Remind me when it comes out.
You will.
Remind me when it comes out. I'm not going to get that.
They showed Kingdom Hearts again.
Yeah, this was a different trailer.
That was the good one.
Yeah, this was the good
Pirates
one.
of
Hercules.
Caribbean.
Tale of Captain Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
With all the likenesses.
Hercules was in all of them.
I believe it was also, was it not Johnny Depp actually voiced him too?
We
were not sure.
weren't sure. It, was a
It sounded
very
an
good
awful
sound
lot
alike.
like him.
He does. He has very good ties with Disney.
Does he?
So I wouldn't be
He
surprised.
That'd be
really
very
likes
cool if
that
it did.
he is that guy too.
Yeah.
Like he
Yeah.
does he just go on the ride and act and pretend to be a
Yeah.
robot and then
I
be like,
heard about that,
surprise.
That's fun.
It's actually me. Like I think he legitimately enjoys it.
yeah.
So it wouldn't surprise me at all if he was like, "Yeah, I'll do this. Cool."
That'd be very cool if it actually was him. There's one more thing. Oh, the Resident Evil 2 remake they showed
Resident Evil
off. Holy shit.
That was like, I picked my jaw off the floor.
Yeah, I had no idea what that game was until a man in a fucking bowl cut showed up and was like, "Wait, is that Leon? It is Leon." This looks like modern day video games.
I feel like I would have to play 1 to appreciate this, and
You
I feel
won't.
like
they're totally separate, aren't they?
there's no good version of 1.
Not necessarily separate. Like, it continues the story, but
So
I
that,
don't.
That blows my mind even more then, because why would they remake 2 if they are connected and they haven't remade 1?
I don't know.
They
I don't
did
know.
remake
This is
1, didn't
weird.
they?
Did they?
I thought they did.
There's
They
Did
must have. Like, it just seems
I feel like-
crazy to me to release 2 remastered if you haven't remastered the first
there
one.
was
But it's
a
like-
remaster of 1 for the GameCube. That's, I think, the latest remaster of it.
Oh, okay.
Which actually is a good looking game, but it still controls like shit.
so I don't need to play
acted
1
like
to play
shit.
2.
I don't think so. No,
There's
like,
not a lot. Like, it's not the same characters. It's just kind of a continued story.
like the one girl is related to the character in the first.
This is a YouTube cutscene moment?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're like loose ties with like the
Umbrella.
Ashmore and the Umbrella Corp and all that shit, right?
I don't even know if the Ashmores really they're involved in that first one. It's just straight up the Stars, who are like a special forces unit, go and they have to rescue one of their teammates in this weird mansion, and apparently it's all Umbrella Corporation.
This is not.
Sorry.
This is not a remaster, right? This looks like it was built.
Complete
It was
remake
built
from the look of it,
ground up.
yeah.
Yeah.
There is a Resident Evil remaster, Resident Evil HD, not all that long ago on like
That's what I
PS4 and
there?
PC and that stuff. But
No,
it
but
looks,
that's
looks
been-
like the old game.
Yeah,
it's
that's the
HD.
Nintendo
It's
one.
HD. I don't know if this is the same as the one on the GameCube. This is for PS4.
Anyway, I think I'll probably watch. As a man who just played his first Resident Evil game, and it was his game of the year, I am fully prepared to go play some more Resident Evil now.
I think you would dig it. The story of Resident Evil 2 is really good.
Did they
The
show?
game of Resident Evil 2 is really good.
Did they show gameplay? Do you remember? Ouch.
I think so.
I don't remember. I
Or
actually didn't.
whoever was
I thought
watching
they
that one
did,
with me? Did they?
I did not watch this with you, but I watched it.
I watched it with you. I did not go back to watch it.
Oh,
Again,
it looked like a totally ground up new game. Like, did not look like it was going to be like fixed camera,
Yeah.
different
Tank
perspective
controls.
stuff. Yeah,
the
no.
tank controls always scared me.
Looked like a
Fucking
modern
brutal.
ass video game, and that opening cutscene hits real strong.
Let's do it. I'm gonna do it.
It's crazy. It started off with like you're a mouse, and you get squished,
Yeah.
and then there's just zombies.
Gross.
And then all of a sudden, guy with bowl cut. Like, holy shit, this is Resident
it's
Evil
my
2.
first day. I'm a rookie cop.
It's a good reveal.
Stay on the job.
And that brings us to Nintendo, which was a very
Sorry, just before we get to Nintendo,
Yeah, of course.
I thought there was one more. To review the conference itself, not the games. I didn't like. I liked that, like you said. I love the reveal of
Yep.
oh shit, that's why they're in this fucking weird thing.
Yeah.
I didn't like that was first.
Yeah.
I thought that
big
should have been
like,
last.
Yeah.
switch.
Because I didn't like watching 15 minutes, would you say, the live you spent on Last of Us? 15, 20, however long it was. I didn't like watching that and then having 20 minutes of that fucking shitty host that didn't really talk about much in between.
Ryan Clement.
And then
The
coming
intermission
back,
guy.
like, it just felt like
Yeah.
I rushed home because I get off work at 7 and this thing started at 7.
Yeah.
I fucking rushed home to watch 15 minutes and then have to sit here and be like, well, fuck me then.
The pacing was
Yeah.
very
It just
bad.
seemed weird. Like, if you'd have flipped that and put maybe Death Stranding first and then...
I absolutely agree.
Not that it
Yes.
affected my outlook on
Yeah.
the games at all. I thought they were all great.
Yeah, the conference had a lot of
I think
issues.
best games, worst conference presentation.
I don't know if it was the worst, but
No.
it was
What do you think? What do you think was the worst?
Square.
Square was just tight. Like, here it is, done.
Square- there was
Same
no
with Nintendo.
presentation.
Nintendo was just like, hey, here's our Treehouse video. Reggie is holding a Joy-Con, which is the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
WK was the best.
WK is very good. I think Bethesda was the best. Let's just too sweet. Thank you very much. Nintendo had their Treehouse thing, which was like basically half an hour of Smash Brothers. So if you're not into Smash Brothers, I could see how that'd be a real bummer. I'm into Smash Brothers, so fucking A.
Yep.
If you're watching Nintendo and you're not into Smash Brothers, why are you even watching
Yeah.
Nintendo?
But if like kind of all they showed, so it wasn't all they showed.
But they've had a history of this like fucking 2-game press conference
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
The year Pokemon Sun and Moon came out, it was all they talked about.
I sort of don't remember that.
it was bad.
Maybe you didn't watch it because it sucked.
Could be. I could just tuned it out. So they showed a weird. I don't know what it is. Some kind of a mech game, Gundam's style. It's called Damon X Machina, Damon Cross Machina, maybe. They gave us a quick trailer of that, which was like shred and ripping guitar in a way that's very not Nintendo, like.
Hey, Nintendo has Doom on their console now.
Yeah, that's very true. Hollow Knight is on Switch. A lot of people like that. Fortnite's on Switch. Great. They showed Overcooked 2. Is that new? Was that an announcement?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Overcooked 2 is a game.
We'll get that.
you
We're
can-
big
Okay, right, so we'll get that.
overcooked household.
You can throw the food to each other now.
Just playing Overcooked like 2 days ago.
You can put the plate under the food instead of having to pick the food up and have a man put the plate and then put the thing on. And
It's good.
Not exaggerating. That's probably the biggest change they could have made was that fucking plate thing.
They showed Super Mario Party, which is a Mario Party game. The only takeaway I have from it is that they took they took 3 Switch consoles, like took off the Joy-Cons or whatever, just the screens, and they like laid them out in like you're playing dominoes almost, and it like constructed the map on the Mario. So the Mario Party thing is like 3 Switch screens long, and you fucking trace your finger on it, and they all connect, and then your characters are running from one Switch onto the next Switch through the course onto the next Switch through the course.
Like, I don't know how much I care about that, but that was fucking really cool to see.
Yeah, it was because like they're putting these switches together, and
It's
you're
like,
like,
how do you have
like,
this
wait,
tech?
what is no, like you could do some very cool shit with that.
Oh yeah, like if you were ever the kind of person that had a bunch of switches laying
50
around.
switches all on a huge square.
But we'll hey, coming up, we could have access to 2 switches. Maybe we could fucking build some fucking Mario Party maps.
We could. We're probably gonna have between us 3.
You have a
no?
Switch?
Yeah,
A fucking 3 switches.
Ben has a Switch. Oh, okay. I didn't know
3
you. I didn't know you
Who's
didn't know
getting
I
the
didn't
third
have one.
Switch?
And he has a 3rd switch.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're not getting one when Smash Bros. Comes out?
Nope.
Okay. Smash Bros. Ultimate was the one they showed.
It's a new game.
It is the same game as the Wii U with some. Okay, Oliver. Street Fighter 4 came out. That's a video game.
Yep.
What was the next version of Street Fighter 4 after that? Like Turbo, Super. Do you know
I don't
what I
know.
mean?
Let's go Street Fighter 3 and then
Okay,
no.
Street Fighter 3. That's a bad one because Street Fighter.
Okay, Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
Okay, what were the changes in Turbo? Just
Championship
whatever.
Edition, speed,
Sure.
couple new characters.
New characters,
Yeah.
couple tweaks on the moves, change
balance,
these little things here,
yeah.
new maps, stuff like that. Same engine, same game, 95%
Pretty
of it
much,
exactly
yeah,
the same.
yeah.
That is what I get from the Smash Bros. Ultimate,
Yep.
where 95% of it is the same. They have every character from every Smash, which is I think 68.
But
I
it's
think
not.
that'd be something.
But it's not a port.
it is not a port. No,
Right, yes.
it is like properly brought.
Yes.
I don't know what the word for it is.
Built from the ground up for the Nintendo Switch.
Yes. Yep.
Yes.
It has every character, but like all their moves are the same for the most part. 100% of their they showed the differences.
They showed a lot of differences.
so
yeah.
like Link's bombs detonate now instead of being on a timer. That's a very fucking like that's
a
those
big-
are
that's a big
patch,
thing.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's like a lot of this is just like patch notes. They changed a lot of the smashes. A lot of the final smashes are a lot different.
I think they're all different, aren't they? Because they're
No.
all automatic
well,
instant fire.
conceptually, they are all different. Like
If
the
you-
concept of a Final Smash is very
Yeah.
different now. It is an
You
instantaneous.
hit it happens.
You
There's
fucking
no
go.
flying around with Sonic or
Right, so
Pikachu.
everyone who had one of the ones that was a flying around, the fox coming down one, those are all different. But
Yeah.
everybody who had one like Link's, or no, Link's is different because Link is different.
You're
Mario's is the same. Mario's fucking whoosh fire punch is the same, right? Everyone who just
Right.
had one was like, oh, it hit me, I'm dead. Those are all the same.
Yep.
We don't. I don't know that. Like that. They totally might be.
They would, I'm sure they would have included
Showed
it in
them
their
all?
patch notes
Yeah.
if they were different because they went through like 40 of them. Let me find my actual notes here. Minor improvements, move changes. Yeah. Pikachu Libre in the game.
That's pretty dope.
That's pretty dope.
What's that?
He's a
Pikachu's
Pikachu
got
with a Lucha Libre mask.
got a Lucha mask. Some new maps. Directional air dodges.
I would've
That's
gone
a big deal.
I would've
That's
gone with
that's a
Pika
very
Rouge,
big deal.
personally.
Frame perfect shield release. I don't know if this was ever in the game. I've skipped over them all since the N64 one. If you release your shield frame perfect against the move, I think you get kind of like you stun him for a sec. or
No,
something?
it's not a stun. I think it is a. You don't have the pop up animation. I feel like what it is. There's kind of an animation after you drop your shield
Yeah.
before you can attack.
It would
and I
be-
think if you time it right, you can attack right out of the
It would
shield.
be like you would be able to attack them before they could shield up. Basically, you would be able to.
Yeah.
You gain
I
a
don't
frame
know-
there that lets you sneak in.
I don't know the minutia of it.
Yeah.
I think you can attack
Neither do I.
faster than you used to be able to.
And they finally put Ridley in the game. That's it's been a meme forever.
He's too small. They shrunk Ridley.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
He's very tiny.
They also added that the dodge thing that you were telling me about, which I haven't watched any of this.
Yeah,
Directional
yeah,
dodge.
that makes a
Which was
big
in
difference.
The GameCube one, right?
Yeah,
I think
because you think all the times you missed
by that
by
much
that much, you
can
can make that up now.
dodge up there.
Yeah.
Which is just going to make
Yeah.
it a little bit farther before you're still missing by that much.
Yeah, that's true. And there are some other small changes, new Pokemon, stuff like that. But it's a best
all the
stuff.
characters.
It's a best stuff. Yeah, every single character.
Every single character ever.
Which is insane. I think Ridley brings it up to like 68 or 69, which is
shit.
fucking ridiculous.
Daisy also is brand new.
Yeah, okay.
So she is
Echo.
totally
She's
a
an Echo
Yeah,
character.
they've brought these classifications of Echo characters,
Yeah.
which is all it's telling me is that okay, you guys are aware that you're just doing like skin swaps on some of these minor ability
as
tweaks. Yeah,
they're like they are almost identical. Like she'll have a couple different ranges and things
and
like that.
Warren knows I complain about those characters more than anything else in that game as someone who likes pretty much everything in that game.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, all the fucking characters you have in Nintendo and you guys are doing like fucking two characters who are exactly the same.
They acknowledged it. That was
They
enough
did.
for me.
I don't
They're
know
like,
if-
they're Echo characters.
I don't know if
Like,
them
okay.
acknowledging it made me happier or more angry.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, oh, so you know that they're exactly the same.
It's a huge roster, and like, I haven't played. Okay, so two things. It's a huge roster, which I think makes it incredibly intimidating. Of like, I want to get into this game.
Just randoms.
It means
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to. Yeah, it means I need
Just
to know
randoms.
every
Way to play that
character.
game.
Luckily, they've kind of only got like I don't know between 6 and 8 moves each, so it's not that hard to learn them. But that's a lot of characters. Holy fuck! And then the other thing is, if you have this game on the Wii U and you have all the DLC and you have all the characters, I think it is a tough sell for a full price of unless you're like I need to get online with my friends or whatever. I think it's a tough sell for you're paying $80 for a couple extra stages, Ridley, and the patch basically the balance patch.
I think the biggest thing is you're paying $80 for the ability to play it on the console that everyone plays now,
And you don't
when
have to
no
use
one
your
played
Wii
Wii
U.
U.
Yeah. Well, that's it. If you're going to play it online,
Yeah.
totally. But if it's like me and my buddies, we just get together and play Smash on the Wii U.
I don't think that's that many
it's a tough
people.
sell.
That's assuming that it works online, because boy, that last one didn't.
That's a good point. I mean, they're going to be charging for their service, so if it doesn't work well, that is
At least there's some
doubly
accountability.
fucked.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, there always should be accountability for your service not working, but at least you'll get more pressure if people are paying for
Yeah,
it.
you would hope.
I'm a little pissed off they didn't give old Waluigi a bone here. That's some bullshit.
Yeah.
It's still just an assist trophy.
We might get a few DLC characters. Who knows?
Give me another Kong too while we're at it.
No,
Give me
stop adding
Kong.
characters.
Cranky.
An
Yeah.
Echo. An Echo, sure. Give an Echo for Diddy.
Sure.
It's Cranky.
Yeah.
Instead of flying with
Or
a
the
jetpack, he farts.
Dixie.
Or Dixie.
That's all I got. That's all. That's E3. That's every single thing that was said, done, played, happened at E3. 100% of the news.
Almost missed Ori.
Now you know it all. Final thoughts, Oliver?
It's a good time. This is the first time I've actually like watched the press conferences live.
Yeah.
I watched all of it too. I usually miss something, miss one conference, but I watched every second of that thing.
Yeah. This is my first time ever watching every conference live. Because usually we're working or we're doing whatever. I got a couple emails here if y'all want.
Oh shit.
Podcast talkingreckless.com is
Forgot
an
we
email
did that.
address, or you
Yeah.
can drop them on our subreddit r/talkingreckless. Maddie Souls wrote in and says, "Who parties the hardest?" There's only one right answer.
They call,
I know it.
I know it.
I know the right
they
answer.
call it Hurricane Brando for a reason, don't they?
You know what?
shit.
That's actually now okay. Now everything has been shaken.
No, it's still
Well,
that's
there's Andrew-
that's a 1B now.
I thought that was Andrew WK.
Ding.
Dang.
Is it? Okay.
Oh, I thought he meant from us.
Party.
Yeah, no, so did I.
Party.
So did I. When I first read this, when we like sat down today, I was like,
Okay,
"Oh."
for us, it's obviously Brando.
I mean, define party hardest though. Like, what
Who
do we?
gets the drunk? Say drunkest on average the most often.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
Who
What?
who wakes?
Which version of that do I not win?
Who has gotten the drunkest and made the biggest ass of themselves?
Ooh, Matt Eats.
I don't think I made the biggest ass of myself, have I? Was it Oliver?
No,
I would
like
say
Oliver.
Oliver.
When he wanted to fight you?
When a guy takes a swing at you,
Yeah,
I
all
didn't
right?
swing at you,
No,
did
you
I?
did, yeah. You were like,
Holy
you did.
fuck!
You
I
were bellying up to me. and
I've
fucking
taken a
son of
swing at Warren.
belly.
I've taken a swing at Warren. Everyone takes a swing at
true.
Warren because if Warren's not drunk enough, Warren's not.
He's not
He
swinging
doesn't
back.
handle drunks as well as you'd hope. Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Hate him.
Sparrowhawk wrote in. Here's a real. I mean, that was a real email. Here's another email. He says, I haven't had a console in ages, but like the look of some PlayStation exclusives. God of War is one he lists. Yet my PC's also about 5 years old and can't run newer games on Ultra. Should I buy a PlayStation or a new graphics card?
I will give you my perspective, which is probably the wrong perspective, but it's a perspective of a man who does not play very much PC.
Okay.
Everything I want to play on a PC
Mm-hmm.
is stuff that I don't need a high graphics card to run.
Okay.
Like
Sure.
everything that I shouldn't say everything I want to play. Everything that exclusively comes to the PC is stuff that I don't need a big graphics card to run. It's stuff like Into the Breach. Everything that is like really beautiful looking on the PC usually is on console and just looks worse. And it doesn't look worse enough for me to not want to play it on console.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I would say, if it was me, get a PlayStation
Yeah.
and play all those PC games that you will still be able to play not on the highest settings that only come out on PC.
Yeah, that's exactly where I'm coming from. Especially, I mean, I don't know what your PC specs are. 5 years old. If you can still run stuff, just not on the highest, kind of whatever. But the PlayStation exclusives, especially with this new haul.
Yeah,
that
there's some
we
good
saw,
ones coming out.
Holy fuck, do they look good. As a man who has a top-end PC and a PS4, I land on PS4. I think PS4 is a way better investment of your money.
You could probably find a PS4 for cheap nowadays, right?
Yeah, that's a big part of it, too. You probably don't have to pay full price. You own a PC.
I do.
What do you think? Do you want a PS4?
I am thinking about it.
Yeah.
But you I don't fully understand the question either. You can't play God of War on anything but PlayStation, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
So he's saying, should I get the PlayStation for God of War, Last of Us, Ghosts, all that, or should I get a
that amount of money into my PC?
Should I
to make
buy
it
that
better?
graphics
PC
card
games.
for? I mean, for the price of a PS4, you wouldn't get that top end of a graphics card. So maybe,
I would go PS4.
yeah.
Too many good games. Last of Us alone, I'd go PS4.
The lineup is insane.
I don't know if
It's
there's
very
ever
good.
been a year where I've come out just being like, the market on good exclusives is absolutely cornered right now.
Yeah, this is the first time I ever remember this as well. Of
Yeah.
like, the fuck does Microsoft have? Gears Pop.
Yep. Fucking A. That's not even it's Gears Pop's cell phone game.
Yeah.
I changed my answer to the first question. It's Matt Eads.
I party the hardest.
I was
Oh,
that was
thanks
that was
Because let me say this.
Here we go.
There are
There's-
times.
yes.
There are times when Brando is drinking. He has decided I'm going to drink tonight and does not get drunk.
That's right.
When you decide you are going to get drunk,
Oh, yeah.
you get drunk.
If
Yeah.
I do a
You
thing,
go hard.
if I
There's
do a
not
thing, I do it
half-assed
well.
Yep.
It's I'm not drinking or open mind pockets and nothing in between.
Yeah.
That's all there is. So I'm
Yeah.
with you.
I
It's true.
got so drunk one time that I literally zipped myself out of my pocket, and it took 4 men,
I have video
Warren
evidence.
included. Yes, Warren, I think had to lift me
Have
up
I showed you this?
No,
to get to
I
my
wanna-
fucking.
I think-
wanna see
I think-
4 men trying to get into my pocket.
And this is what happens when you add like drunk people as problem
Because we were all
solvers.
also very drunk.
Is Warren trying to defy gravity and move Matt higher into the air while I was trying to like fall to the
down.
ground and pull on the zipper?
And me in the middle of a mall yelling, "Open mine pockets!"
As we're all discussing whether it's a good idea for Matt Eads to even Uber home by himself.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I was
That there was a chance that one of us might have to just ride with you to make sure that.
the sickest I've ever
And you
been.
vomited in your bathtub that night, I
Yeah,
believe.
yeah, I did.
Yeah, I didn't make it to Star Wars the next day either.
That's
Didn't-
right.
didn't- I was written off
You
for like a
bitch.
couple days. Yeah, it was. What the fuck is going? Is that me?
That's you.
That's you, bud.
Oh, sorry. Podcast, talkingrouts.com is that email address. Or drop on the subreddit. Thank you to everybody who wrote in.
Did you even answer that last question?
I don't even need to fucking ask you.
PlayStation, yeah, like
okay.
PlayStation.
checking.
They're
Sorry, I
only
totally-
the games I like are
totally
being put
thought
out
we
on
went around.
PlayStation. And like I understand what you're saying, like the stuff those indie games or those smaller games on PC aren't like super intensive as far as hardware and stuff goes.
Because there's a lot of neat stuff that comes out only
Yeah.
on PC,
Yeah.
on Steam, some of that smaller stuff where I'm like, oh, fuck, that looks really cool. But it's never like, oh, God, that's beautiful. All the stuff where it's like, oh, God, that's beautiful, they're all PlayStation games and
Yeah,
Xbox games.
for the
too.
most
And like
part.
those
Yeah.
are not the types of games I want to play anyways. So yeah, he didn't even have to ask me.
I thought I did. Sorry.
That's fine.
I did not mean to fucking skip you.
No, that's fine. I got it. Like, right, I'm not going to add
No,
anything to
fuck
that
you, Eads.
conversation.
Fuck you.
Buy a Switch to play Zelda is Oliver's recommendation.
There you go. Yes.
Listen to our
Indeed.
brother show, The Sat Pod, all about wrestling.
Ding.
Satpod.podbean.com.
There's a new
That
episode
box?
out, and I can promise you that this time, even though
Yeah?
I said it last
Oh,
week and it
shit.
didn't happen.
Is it already out or is it coming out before
When you're
this
listening
goes
to
up?
this, it will already be out.
So there's a
No,
chance.
no, it's happening.
Okay.
That's a pay-per-view weekend, so we got.
Oh, Money in the Bank.
shit.
Yes.
Can you guys tell me what happened at Money in the Bank real quick?
It
hasn't happened.
Oh,
yet.
it's this
It
week?
happens
Yes,
on
I
Sunday.
can tell you.
Yes.
Well,
it
as
happened
of this,
No, it has not happened.
yesterday.
as of this thing, yeah.
Hyundai. Also NXT. It's a good weekend.
NXT's doing a show. Where are they?
Chicago.
Satpod,
That's the question.
satpod.podbean.com. And that's all I got to say. If you like what we're doing here, if you dig this podcast, maybe drop us a
Bits.
review on
sorry.
iTunes.
Can't do
You're
that.
really
Can't
not.
do that.
Please don't do that.
You can't do that.
Please drop us a review on iTunes. That really helps the show. Wow. Don't. People are gonna think I told you to do that. It's all coming back to me tomorrow. Please
Bring money to
stop
my
it.
door.
Fucking stop it, all of you. All right, never mind. Turn this show off and tell everyone you hate it because it's garbage.
Call my landlord. Pay my rent.
Leave us a review on iTunes if you like. That shit always really helps. We've only got like 261 on there, and over 1 million people have downloaded this podcast. So our rate
what?
of return, over 1 million unique downloads, over 1.5 total downloads. So the return, well, because people download multiple episodes, right? Or
So
multiple
when
times.
you say 1 million unique downloads, is that 1 million unique downloaders
Yes, 1
Okay.
million individuals. Or,
downloaded
huge.
an episode?
yeah, over the last 11 years, yes.
Right.
And only 261 of them have left us reviews on iTunes, so that's a very small. That's
that's
a
a lot of
very
fuck yous.
And a lot of them are
small
very
return rate. Yeah, so please, if you dig what we're doing, just go leave us a review on iTunes. That stuff really helps. And that's it. Thanks
Well,
for
to
joining
be
me.
to be fair, we don't solicit those either. We should.
I don't solicit anything because I feel like I shouldn't. Listen.
But
the
I mean-
fucking hey, like, comment, and subscribe if you dig what we're doing.
There you go.
There you go.
Perfect.
It's, follow me on Instagram as well. Make sure to
Yep.
give a shout out here to the what are you fucking?
He's fucking
Checking
checking
the
the
boxes.
boxes.
Okay,
boxes.
okay,
As you
sorry.
get them.
Check all the boxes. Thank you for joining us, everyone at home, everyone in the studio. Oliver, shake my hand.
You had to really pull that one in.
that was like a. Oh, you moisturize?
Yeah, I do.
Wow,
you're
you're
cold.
greasy.
You're cold and clammy.
I mean,
I've been running my hands through my greasy hair.
I'm
all
cold.
You both
I'm-
have a bit of a sheen to you
I'm
right
cold.
now.
I'm not clammy.
What is clammy?
I think it's like wet.
like moist. Yeah, like
Yeah,
like
you're
cold
dry,
sweat.
cold and
Yeah,
dry.
no, I run very, very cool. I run cool, baby.
As a cucumba.
Yeah, that's what they call me, the Kakumba. Thank you, Brando, for that showstopper, and to everyone here in the room because y'all took a bunch of time out of your weeks to come and watch E3 with me, and that was a big effort, and then took more time out to be here today.
Yeah,
Yes.
thanks for making it happen
So
on
thank
Friday,
you very
guys.
much.
I know.
Yeah. No,
that wasn't-
this frees us up for Money in the Bank.
That's
Everyone's
right.
a winner.
Oh, yeah.
Biggest weekend of the year. Thank you very much, everyone at home. We're going to see you here in exactly 7 days, unless you watch in real time. Then I don't know.
Who knows?
Fucking
We don't even know yet.
The next show is on in 12 minutes.
Survey's up.
We'll see you here. It'll be, I believe, the 231st episode of the Talking Reckless podcast. Brothers and sisters, we'll see you then.
This was a monster of a show.
It was a monster of an E3.
Ecstasy of Gold 92 on Twitch. Give me bits. Ha ha ha!
Don't give them.
I want them.
Give him bits. Give him
He
all
won't
the bits.
do it. I will.
Yeah.
Who do you think you are? I am.
Maddie, don't solicit.
Listen, give me your bits. I'm just not going to ask for it. Show us your bits.
Yes.
You have to show them your tits, though.
Should be you're really
for
not
bits.
supposed to do
Tit
tits
for
for
bits.
Tits for bits.
You are really not supposed to do that.
Can I
Yeah.
can I
Oh,
play this
that's
now,
so-
or should I wait till it's done?
I don't think
podcast stuff.
there's nothing like untoward
No, I
in
just
that,
wasn't
is there?
sure if you wanted
Yeah, no, you
that.
can totally play it.
Let me see this
Fucking
shit.
hold it up to the camera for the folks at home.
You gotta turn it
Oh,
up.
where's the volume?
On the side.
It's down
Oh,
because
oh.
Matt doesn't like our volume up, and yet his phone goes off 3 times.
Just looking up
Can
to
they
the
see?
heavens.
That's pretty.
Oh, that was it? I thought. Did you guys not do the thing?
No, that
no,
was
no.
we put the phone away for that. It's
Oh.
just that
It's
that
just
is
me-
the evidence
it's
of
just
him
me stuck.
So
opening
fucked.
mine pocket.
He also hit himself in the knee with a bowling ball that night.
Oh, I fucking destroyed my own knee with that bowling ball. It was
Watch.
sore for like 3 months.
Then, like, near the end of the day, that's a good one. Near the end of the day,
Can't show that on stream. Nipple.
yeah, it's true. 2 nipples
Okay.
and a dick.
Oh, okay.
The
I thought I had a full version of it somewhere.
is that just the GIF?
I thought we had the pockets one.
No, of the I have like my Snapchat story from that day, the whole thing
Oh, yeah.
somewhere.
The
Oh, there it is.
what was I going to talk to you about?
Anticlimactic. Stop it. See? No. Thank Senrin. Thank you very much for the 1,000 bits. Do not give bits because Warren solicited them.
This is for me. I want bits. Give me bits.
Give bits because you love. I feel terrible. You're not supposed to do that. But thank you very much. That $10 is going right into the rent bank. The 1,000 bits, pardon me. You're not supposed to know how much they're worth.
There's a really good way of knowing how drunk you are in this video.
Me?
Because you do this thing when you're drunk where you're like, you kind of like do this weird. You'll see it.
It's like, it's like the robot.
But it's kind of like the Chandler of like
Yeah.
that move. Yeah, it's just a weird thing that you do.
It's like a silent O.
Is it like...
The last one doesn't matter. Eats wasn't there. He couldn't recover fast enough for that one.
That's fucking... You're fucked.
You were fucking drunk, huh?
A man was on a mission.
We did
night was
vodka
this?
shots.
He was fucking... When
We
Austin
did
Danny was in
sometime.
town?
We did vodka shots?
Yeah,
at the bowling
so
alley.
the night was almost over, and we were just kind of winding down.
I
Well,
super don't
we were
remember
actually
that.
going up through the roof, but the night was ending. And Monch is like, "We got to do a shot," and I'm like, "Yeah, okay, get something." And I can't remember. I think it was Andy who was like, "Just get something easy," because we've been drinking all night, and like half of us are close to puking. Monch comes back with like a tray of just pure vodka shots.
Your little like
I mean, it was easy for him to order, right?
Yeah, I don't know
It's
what
true. Maybe that's what. Yeah, maybe that's what he took.
It's like my joints are
7
seasoned up or
vodka
something.
shots,
Like
please.
running out of grease.
there's a good Eid stumble here.
That's
too,
what shut
right
me
there.
down. Was the
Good
vodka
little
shot.
fucking
That's usually
drunken
what
stumble.
doer.
I don't like when people take videos of me at my worst.
Me too.
Warren,
Like,
Warren,
That's what I
Warren,
do.
Warren does that a lot.
I'm the documentarian of our group. Years from now, you'll all thank me,
Yeah.
and there'll be no video of me.
Yeah.
That's true. It's like the saddest part. I love looking at these years later. Even like the picture of me on the couch scratching my nose, where it's like
classic.
it looks
Yeah.
like it's going right
Also
in there. Yeah. Oh, you capture my best and my worst.
I
which
know-
are often the same.
And like you guys, none of you guys are bad, but I know enough people who are really like, don't fucking film me when I'm wasted.
Yes.
That I don't film anyone when they're wasted.
Yeah.
Every now and then, Monch.
All right. Well, I think we'll call it a show. Thanks very much, everybody. Who watched live. This was a big podcast. Yeah.
well, how long did we go for?
That was about 3 hours. Well, it was like 2:40 once we cut the shit off, 2.5.
Thanks for spending a bit of time with us. Appreciate that.
Thank you again. Who was that? Senran? I believe that was. Yeah.
You want
Senran.
to spend a bit more time tomorrow?
Stop it. He's a working man. He doesn't need them. Thank you very much, everyone. We're
Matt
gonna
got
see.
mad at me for that.
We're gonna see you tomorrow for.
Fire in his eyes.
I don't know what we're playing, but we're gonna see you tomorrow. Regular time at 2 Sweet Mountain Standard.
It's always at 2, Brandon. It's always at 2.
Let me just Google that for you real quick.
Okay, Google. What time do I start streaming?
Hey, God.